and the radio irreverence you've come to love. Join me from 7 to 9 when there's no sports on WTMJ at night, right here on WTMJ. Really? That's the big change?
Tonight, the Buck Show LA, what a real lake looks like.
It's Lopez, rinse and repeat. Another 3 for the Bucks.
The Bucks-Lakers coverage starts tonight at 6 on your home of the Milwaukee Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
6 a.m. I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. Tuesday, March 26th, our top story, a rescue operation underway after a bridge collapse in Baltimore.
I'm Adam Roberts. Not everyone's sad to see you go.
I'm Debbie Loziga. So far, so good. Obviously, we have wet roads, so you want to be extra careful. Might be a little bit slick, but for the most part, I'm not seeing any delays or incidents up on the board just yet. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Not a pretty day today. Rain likely, some thunder mixed in as well. Windy, high of 54 degrees. Mostly cloudy tonight, breezy and chilly. Our low dropping down to 26. Right now at 47. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center,
they are reporting that the middle section of the bridge collapsed into the water, and there are unknown amounts of people and or vehicles in the water.
Rescue operation still underway this morning. A major bridge collapsed in Baltimore overnight. A cargo ship slammed into one of the bridge's columns, toppling the entire structure into the Patapsco River. Several vehicles went into the water. James Wallace, Baltimore Fire Chief, says at least 7 people are known missing. 2 others have been brought out of the water so far, one in critical condition.
We are still very much in an active search and rescue posture at this point, and we will continue to be for some time. We have a large area that we have to search. This includes on the surface of the water, subsurface, as well as on the deck of the ship itself.
The story still developing. Stay with WTMJ for the latest through Wisconsin's Morning News.
Back at home, authorities encouraging the public to talk with elderly family members about their ability to drive. This after an 85-year-old crashed into a Caledonia squad car and a 91-year-old killed a pedestrian in a West Dallas hit and run. Retired City of Racine Police Sergeant Michael Ackley tells TMJ4 News the conversation isn't an easy one to have, but a necessary one.
I think that 8 years between re-upping your license is, in my opinion, too far for anybody. I pulled my mom's license and keys and car from her when I found out she was having passing out episodes.
According to Wisconsin law, drivers over the age of 65 must visit a DMV office to renew their license every 8 years.
Wisconsin Congressman Mike Gallagher won't be missed by some of his former colleagues when he leaves office next month. Gallagher announcing his intention to resign April 19th, the date that comes after Wisconsin would be able to hold a special election to called Gallagher's decision, quote, inexcusable during an interview with WTMJ spanning the state.
We won't be able to fill the slot till next January 3rd. So that part of the state, Appleton, Green Bay, that area, is not going to have a congressman during that time, and nobody will be able to vote.
In order for the state to hold a special election to fill that empty seat, Congressman Gallagher would have had to officially be out of office by April 2nd.
In Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis has signed one of the most restrictive social media laws in the country. ABC's Andrew Dimber.
Opponents of these restrictions cite free speech concerns. The ACLU of Florida saying lawmakers cannot control what ideas and information parents can allow their families to access. The last thing our state needs is more censorship. But supporters of the Florida bill claim it will survive legal challenges because it focuses on the features of the social media apps that allegedly make them addictive, not on the content being shared.
Beginning next year, kids age 13 and under will be unable to create an account, and 14 and 15-year-olds will need a parent's permission.
Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher Shohei Ohtani spoke out publicly Monday for the first time since his interpreter and trusted confidant was fired last week, accused of illegal sports gambling. Ohtani says that he was betrayed by his translator, who bet on sports games illegally and transferred millions of dollars from Shohei's accounts to an offshore bookie. USA Today sports columnist and ABC contributor Christine Brennan says the ordeal has been a major embarrassment for the league.
It is a nightmare for Major League Baseball that this is the story as the baseball season is beginning, deservedly so.
Coming up, we should call it the $7 store now.
Signing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 6:05.
This report sponsored by Mr. Holland's Heating and Air Conditioning. Visit MrHollandsHeatingandAir.com. Remember the ice storm of '76? We cooked frozen pizza with matchsticks. We used homemade aluminum foil solar panels to stay warm. And we were without power for 9 months. Or was it 9 days? I don't know. I was 5 years old, so my memory's a little fuzzy. Probably from all the frostbite. The point is, a prolonged period without power is no picnic. Fortunately, technology has improved significantly since '76. Today, we have backup emergency generators to keep power powering and furnaces furnacing when the weather gets wild. Call Mr. Holland's Home Services to schedule the installation of a brand new, high-efficiency gas furnace and AC or generator combo for a whole lot less than you'd typically pay. Plus, we make it easy to pay with up to 24 months interest-free financing with approved credit. 866-992-1717. Or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. If you're haunted by the spirit of '76, we can help.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
Are you tired of being tired? Go to AdventKnows.com.
Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time 6:06.
Brewers wrap up spring training today. We'll look ahead to that and opening day in sports at 6:15.
A new owner for the former University Club building in downtown Milwaukee. Northwestern Mutual Board President Jim Carger confirming to our partners at the Milwaukee Business Journal that the company has an agreement to buy the 126-year-old facility. The University Club shuttered its operations 3 months ago after citing financial challenges. A spokesperson for Northwestern Mutual says plans for the building will come in the future.
Brewers' home opener is a week from today. The Brewers, meanwhile, revealing their 14,800 feet of new scoreboards at American Family Field Monday.
Brewers President of Business Operations Rick Schlesinger tells WTMJ.
This offseason, we increased our center field display with a new board that's more than twice the size of the old board. We also added a new right field display that's about 2,800 square feet. We also have new LED boards at the dugouts and first and third base. So it's just a completely different visual experience.
He says
all of the video boards throughout the ballpark can all be synced. It's a game changer for us because when you come into the ballpark, you're going to be really mesmerized by the size and the resolution of these new displays.
From American Family Field, Julian Johnson, WTMJ News.
A discount store chain is raising their prices.
They might have to change the name to $7 stores. The Dollar Tree chain says it'll raise price caps to $7 after lifting them to $5 this past June. Higher priced items will include food, pet, and personal care items. You'll still find pet treats and toys for $1.25 and bags of candy for $3. But Dollar Tree executives say they're reaching out to a fast-growing demographic of customers with salaries north of $125,000 a year. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
And a bargain is a bargain. I don't care how much you make, right? Hey, coming up, you want to text the word WATCH to 855-616-1620. That's the WTMJ talk and text line. Or follow on our video live stream on our app. Or you can watch us on YouTube, WTMJ.com. Any of those places. We're going to share some of this stunning video of this bridge that collapsed in Baltimore. We'll do that next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
We asked people why they sold their homes to Grandview Homes instead of using a real estate agent.
We looked at a few businesses that purchase homes, and Grandview seemed to be the one that had it together. Not only did we receive a fair offer, but we were able to take as much time as we needed and could leave the house a mess.
Whether you have a hard-to-sell home, want a stress-free sale, or simply need to sell your home fast, Grandview Homes is the name you know and the name you can trust. Visit GrandviewHomes.com to discover the easiest and fastest way to sell a home.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes senior living at Three Pillars so special? It's all about living life how you choose. Take it from my friend Dint at Three Pillars.
After my husband passed, I started to think about maybe moving to a senior living place. After investigating many places, I moved into Three Pillars and I got to know so many people. Living life at Three Pillars, you can live life to the max, however you choose to do it.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
Greg Matzik here for Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac, where the Spring Forward sales event is your ticket to smile, save, and drive inspired this spring and beyond. Hey, right now, well-qualified buyers can lock in rates as low as 0% APR on favorites, including the exhilarating all-wheel drive Mazda CX-30 and CX-50 turbo models. Connect with Holiday and get more Mazda for your money and more for your trade on the new or Mazda-certified pre-owned car or crossover that's right for you. Choose from an impressive selection and enjoy team Holiday's transparent, simplified buying approach and genuine guest care. It's the stuff that delights and makes fans of drivers from all over the Badger State. You'll be in great hands with Wisconsin's #1 Mazda dealer and its #1 Mazda certified pre-owned dealer on your side. Accolades are per Mazda North American Operations, Performance, and Zone Sales Records for 2023. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Mazda, Highway 41 and 23 in Fond du Lac, and online at holidaymazda.com. It's worth the trip.
Traffic is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management. It's time to know the difference, and Annex Wealth Management is ready to help with investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary partner. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button.
6:10, checking on the roads here, Debbie.
Ahoy there. We have actually very wet roads. So it might be a little bit slippery, so we want to be extra careful. But I'm not seeing any incidents on the board, so that's good news. And as far as any kind of slowdowns are concerned, we're actually clear at the moment. So let's ride the wave. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. A couple more rounds of showers and even some thunderstorms heading our way for today. Most of it will wrap up by the mid-afternoon hours. We'll look for some very breezy winds today and temperatures in the 50s by lunchtime, falling into the 40s and 30s by this evening. Tonight, mostly cloudy, breezy, and chilly. Low temperatures dropping into the 20s. On Wednesday, we'll see more sunshine develop, a colder, high temperatures in the lower 40s. Thursday looks like a great day to get outside, mostly sunny and high temperatures in the upper 40s. Partly cloudy skies on Friday. The chance for rain will arrive Friday night into Saturday, with temperatures holding into the 40s for the weekend. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Tyler's got us at 47 degrees to start.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's your host, Vince Vitrano.
6:12 on a Tuesday morning. Right now, search efforts continue in this frigid river in Baltimore. Told you at the top of the hour news, massive interstate bridge in the harbor collapsed. If you are watching on the video live stream this morning, I'll have producer Greg Hill run some of that video on the feed. Greg's got it up right now. You can text WATCH to 855-616-1620 to get a link to that, or watch on YouTube, our app, on our website. This massive container ship, so one of these ones that traverses the oceans. It's full of those containers that you see slammed into a column of this long cantilever-style bridge. So think, a lot of trusses and beams to it. The ship hit a support for the bridge, and the whole thing came down.
This all happened about 1:30 this morning. That massive cargo ship with thousands of containers on board, for some reason, hit one of the columns that supports this bridge, the Francis Scott Key Bridge. This is in the Baltimore harbor area. It was pulling out of the harbor, leaving port, when for some reason it wasn't able to maneuver correctly, and it hit one of those pylons.
It's Sam Sweeney reporting from ABC News. Adam, you had the latest on a couple of people that may have been pulled out and how many more they still think are in the water.
Right. We heard in the newscast from a fire chief out in Baltimore. His name's James Wallace. At this time, it appears as though at least 7 people are still missing. Chief Wallace, you heard in the cast saying 2 people so far have been brought out of the water. One of them refused medical treatment. Wallace saying he was unharmed. The other one, however, unknown identity on the person, but they are in critical condition. And you have to imagine, of those 7 missing, you hope for the best, because like you mentioned, this is cold water. This is late March, and it's also very murky, and the current in this area is very strong too.
It just, it doesn't look good. There's first surviving the fall into the water. There's then getting out of a vehicle and then surviving right in the really cold water for any length of time. And then, of course, secondary to the loss of life and the search for victims is this is a major bridge. They say it carries more than 1 million vehicles a day. Interstate 95, of which this is a part, this is 695, so bypass around the city, runs the entire east coast of the U.S., from the Canadian border to Miami. And this bridge is a critical piece of that network, both for local and for interstate traffic. So again, search efforts continue in the river below for an unknown number of people, sounding like 7, you said?
Correct.
So that they know are still missing in the water. A question still that must be answered when this immediate crisis is over. How did that ship slam into the bridge in the first place? But it's very early in that investigation. Tax tips are up next. They're brought to you by the Neal Group. For less stress with the IRS, visit nealgroup.net. That's NEAL Group.net for a free consultation.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group, with a tip from Tucker the Tax Dog. Tax tip number 2. Have you been preparing your own tax return? Are you considering hiring or engaging someone else to do the return for you? Maybe you have an unusual situation this tax year, like inheriting some property, required minimum distributions, starting a new business, or acquiring some rental property. If you decide to use someone to prepare your return, be sure they sign as the preparer and give you a copy of the return. The law requires preparers to sign and provide a copy to you. Avoid preparers that immediately promise a refund without looking at any of your information. And if something feels off, ask the preparer to provide their PTIN or tax preparer identification number. If they can't or won't give it to you, run away. For more information on this tip and other tax tips, go to neogroup.net or stop in and see us. Tucker loves to get treats.
Now, time for a sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Greg Hill.
Yeah, all morning long, we are going to ask the question. One simple question to ask. Is it the regular season yet? The question is so ready to be answered by your Milwaukee Brewers. Oh, it's a fun one yesterday afternoon. Let's get to it. All right, didn't take too long yesterday in the second inning. Hi, my name is Reese Hoskins.
And I hit dingers.
0-2. High fly ball center field. Back Jones and gone.
Yeah, that would make it 1-0 in the fourth. Joey Ortiz steps up to the plate and he says,
and I hit dingers.
Just Joey Ortiz gets into one deep left field. Back to the track, it is gone. Joey Ortiz.
That would be 3-0 in the fifth inning. A familiar name, William Contreras. He says, hi, my name is William Contreras.
And I hit dingers.
High fly left field gone. That got out in a hurry for William Contreras, his third spring training homer.
Third homer spring training, that makes it 4-0. And in the seventh inning, Eric Haas, he waves his bat and says,
and I hit dingers.
Haas gives this one a ride out to deep right field. Decolati's back at the track, gone. Eric Haas, a 3-run shot. And the Brewers have broken this game wide open. It's 9-0 Milwaukee.
Yeah, wide open. 9-0. Cap it off with a Blake Perkins ribby in the eighth, making it a 10-1 Brewers win against the Rockies. However, we have to come back to reality. The big story really out of yesterday was the news on Garrett Mitchell. He will miss some time due to that hand injury, a fractured bone that was diagnosed yesterday. Manager Pat Murphy.
The fact that it didn't get much better is the worry that it could be something. But we've all been jammed like that, and it's miserable. But yeah, if it's not broken, you can continue.
Yeah, it's a tough beat. Murphy saying Mitchell's time away looking to be anywhere between 1 to 2 months, and really kind of stinks. Garrett Mitchell, it's been a long year, but it is a long year, so don't force anything. But remember, last year, he got hurt in May. He returned in September, had a pretty solid season. So the buddy, he can do it. He's done it before, and again, plenty of games. We are negative on the 162 game route because there's one more spring training game. And then, of course, the season opener on Thursday.
You know, it's not even so much the healing and all of that stuff, but the interruption of the mojo. The kid was having a good spring. Things were set. He was working out at third base, all yada, yada, yada.
Absolutely.
And then you slow that down and interrupt it.
And if there's one thing about baseball, it's like at least 90% mental. If anything more physical, it's a completely mental game. We'll head to basketball. Tonight, the Bucks are back at it, hosting the Lakers. LeBron listed as doubtful tonight. As of this morning, we'll keep you posted on that. Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage starts at 6. And it wouldn't be a sports report with, again, an NFL off-season story once dominating the headlines of the offseason. League officials passing the banning of the hip drop tackle. Now, what is the definition of a hip drop tackle? I have to say it right before we get the definition right. 2 definitions here. Listen closely. One detailed, one a little more simple.
The hip drop tackle is defined as a tackle where the defender wraps one or both arms around a player, turns his body with a twisting or rotating motion, and subsequently lands on that player's lower extremities.
Okay, and the simple definition?
Sure. In layman's terms, it's any tackle.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the end of the sentence.
So
Sounds like it.
Players are not happy, especially defensive players. So this is the first chapter of plenty to unfold in the NFL offseason. Good timing, too, because we are 1 month and 1 day away from the NFL draft.
Signing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:19.
Be our eyes on the road. See something out there that I should know about?
I-94 eastbound. A semi just came to a screeching stop in the center lane. I think he's broken down right there.
Call me, Debbie Lazaga, at the Hall Volkswagen Traffic Tip Line at 414-238-9329.
On southbound I-94, right around Drexel Avenue, there's a wreck in the left lane, and the left lane is blocked.
The drive affects you. Why not be part of it? Give me a call, 414-238-9329.
Well, less than a week ago, we had some heavy, wet snow. When you're out there doing the shoveling, feel something snap on you, heard the dreaded pop, or something even worse, maybe a fall. If something is still bothering you, time to go see the experts at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Get that checked out, get it fixed with the experts in orthopedic care. That's OAW. Now, you can book an appointment online anytime, but if you need relief now, you don't have to spend hours waiting in line at the emergency room paying those big hospital prices. The Ortho ASAP Clinic has hours Monday through Saturday in Pewaukee, Monday through Friday in Brookfield. You just walk right in. They'll take a look at sprains, strains, dislocations, even examine whether you have a fracture. You can do x-rays right there on site. It's faster, it's easier, likely less expensive than a trip to the ER or urgent care, and now you're in the good hands of the folks at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. You walk right in at the Ortho ASAP clinics or make an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
A Brewers Group outing is the best way to celebrate any special occasion. Birthday parties, anniversaries, or bachelor parties. You can count on the Brewers to host. Brewers account reps make your day at the ballpark a breeze. Plus, get set up with customizable tailgate spaces, seating blocks in your favorite spot at American Family Field, and much more. Start planning your group outing now at brewers.com/groups.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Checking in with Debbie here at 622.
All right, we've still got a pretty good ride out there. No major delays around the area, although I am seeing a little bit of a backup on westbound 894 right around Forest Home. But for the most part, everything else is looking pretty good, albeit wet. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, rain likely today. Could see some thunder today, or I suppose you would hear it. Windy and a high of 54 degrees. Mostly cloudy, breezy. Chilly tonight, low temperature dropping to 26. Right now at 47 in Milwaukee.
I've got to leave before I start to scream. For someone at the door and took the key. You feeling alright?
Things get better through the week. Wednesday we'll have clearing skies and cooler with a high of 42 degrees. Thursday's high 47 under mostly sunny skies. And then looking ahead to Friday, chance of rain at night. Cooler near the lake day Friday. 45 at the lake, 54 your inland high, and chance for morning rain on Saturday and a high of 48 degrees. The Museum of Ice Cream and other places to explore. Just a short drive or train ride away if you prefer. And this being spring break for a lot of families might be a good time to do it. If you didn't go to a big family vacation with this week off, your kids are like, how come we didn't get to go anywhere? Callie Herbst is founder of Milwaukee with Kids, mkewithkids.com. She is live with us this morning. You all stuck around then, Callie? No big spring break trip for the family?
Well, we actually do have a fun trip planned.
But good.
Yeah, we're going to actually be heading down to Texas to check out the solar eclipse.
Oh, are you going to like Austin or?
Like rural Texas.
Well, actually, that sounds like a better plan because they're saying like 3 times the population of Austin is supposed to be in Austin. So if you got a plan, that sounds good.
Yeah. But we did do some of these fun staycations, not during our spring break. So we actually did this Museum of Ice Cream and the Slime Institute. So we experienced some of these fun, quirky Chicago museums.
Okay, well, let's start with the ice cream place. So, never heard of the ice cream museum, but the pics that you post on the website, I mean, it looks like Willy Wonka in that place.
That is what it reminded me of too, like this, like delicious wonderland. So first things first, once you pay for your ticket, it's all you can eat ice cream. So you kind of go in
Good start.
Loop. Yeah, exactly. from room to room, and each room is sort of this immersive installation and just really fun. Lots of pink, lots of just giant ice cream types of things. But there's even like a mini golf course with giant donuts, and that's where you can try hot dog flavored ice cream, which is not everybody's favorite, but it is really fun. And then,
No, thank you. I like hot dog flavored hot dogs and ice cream flavored ice cream, but
exactly. But it's just kind of their catchy, come try this kind of thing. But the last thing you can do there that's a real hit for the kids is there's actually a sprinkle pool. So they're not real sprinkles, but they're these giant, it looks like a sprinkle pool, and you can jump into it and like play in the sprinkles. There's slides. I mean, it's really crazy. You've never seen anything like it.
You also wrote about the Museum of Illusions. This reminded me of, it's not there anymore, but the old Wonder Spot in Wisconsin Dells.
Oh, okay. Yes, I could see that connection. Yeah, this is a cool place where it's like, it's very, you're going there to take photos that are going to be tricks on the mind. So like think back when we were kids, we had these books of illusions. Like we got books. Now these kids have museums where you can go into rooms and take photos where you look like really tiny or you look like you're standing upside down. I mean, if you go online and look at the photos, it's really incredible the illusions that can be created there.
This one a little bit more my speed, and we're talking with Callie Herbst of Milwaukee with Kids on Chicago area visits. The Federal Reserve has a Chicago office, and they've got a museum inside that's focused on money and economics. And before you say that's a yawner, it looks like they've got cool stuff to see.
Oh, absolutely. And by the way, it's free, and the building is super cool. A very historic building. But you can take a photo with $1 million.
Sweet.
Securely behind glass, I'm sure. But you can take a photo with $1 million. You learn about inflation. You kind of test your skills managing inflation and explore the life cycle of money and those kinds of things. But one of the fun things, you get a souvenir when you leave of $350. However, it's shredded. It's currency that the Fed has deemed unusable, and they shred it up, and you get $350 of shredded money when you leave.
And thousands of kids have tried to tape it back together, right?
Right.
Callie Herbst, founder of Milwaukee with Kids, MKEwithkids.com. Thanks so much, Callie.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
The list is 5 quirky Chicago museums your kids will love exploring. It's up online now, and she actually threw in a bonus 6th visit as well. News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average fell about 162 points to 39,314. The NASDAQ off 44 to 16,384. And the S&P 500 closed at 5218. That was off 16 points. Great time for your retirement and investment strategy review from a fee-only fiduciary. Go to annexwealth.com. Click on the Get Started button now.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. If you're like me, my home has become my happy place. It's happier now thanks to CertaPro Painters. They are simply the best in the business. They will take care of the scuffs, the faded colors. They'll make your home a new home, inside or outside. They did the work at our house. It was quick, easy, and so affordable. Their estimates are always easy. You get a quote right away. It's simply the best in the business. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Home to the Auto Show, Tattoo Fest, RV Show, and more. Milwaukee's top trade and consumer shows belong at Baird Center. They make it easy, from a walkable downtown location to over 20 loading docks and a newly expanded exhibit hall, ensuring your exhibitors and attendees have an unforgettable visit. There's never been a better time to bring your next event downtown. Baird Center, Milwaukee's home for trade shows in the heart of the city. Learn more today at bairdcenter.com/planners. That's BAIRD center.com/planners.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for J.D. Griffiths. It was time for us. Our house was 20-plus years old, and the garage doors were getting dated. They were dinged up, and they were really hurting the value and the look of our house. That's why we called J.D. Griffiths, a local company. They've been at it in Milwaukee for more than 70 years, providing premier garage doors and building detached garages. We've got our new doors now, and they pop. I still got neighbors talking to me about it. Now, J.D. Griffiths does have an exclusive offer right now for you, the WTMJ listener. With any purchase of a new garage door, you can save $100 on your garage door opener. Just call 414-362-7222 and mention me, WTMJ's Eric Bilstead, or fill out the form at jdgriffiths.com/WTMJ to schedule your free at-home estimate and claim your deal. That number again, 414-362-7222. J.D. Griffiths.
Traffic is sponsored by Hall Mazda Milwaukee. Visit hallmazdamilwaukee.com.
While you're navigating the roads as quickly and safely as possible, if you see something we should know about, call the WTMJ Hall Volkswagen Traffic Tip Line, 414-238-9329.
Wisconsin's Morning News National Anthem this morning by the University of Wisconsin Marching Band. .31, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. Tuesday, March 26th, our top story. Rescue efforts underway after a major bridge collapse in Baltimore.
I'm Adam Roberts. How old is too old to be behind the wheel?
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and for the most part, we're looking pretty good. A few broken down vehicles here and there, especially in Waukesha County. But other than that, we've got a little bit of a backup basically from 27th Street to Forest Home through that construction zone on 894 westbound. Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Rain likely through the day. Could see some thunder or hear some thunder rumbling through as well. High of 54 degrees. Tonight's low down to 26 with breezy conditions. Right now 47 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, rescue efforts still underway after a major bridge collapsed in Baltimore. Video on social media showing the structure breaking apart in several places before plummeting into the water. A boat slammed into one of the support structures for that bridge. Rescuers are looking for at least 7 people. Mayor Brandon Scott in Baltimore says the focus is on rescue efforts.
There will be a time to discuss about a bridge and how we get a bridge back up. But right now, there are people in the water that we have to get out, and that's the only thing we should be talking about.
Baltimore Fire Chief James Wallace said 2 people have been pulled from the water so far, 1 in critical condition.
Back at home, a Texas man is dead after getting stuck in a municipal water tank in Blair, Wisconsin over the weekend. That's in western Wisconsin. TMJ4 News reporting 30-year-old Carlos Medina was cleaning from inside the tank for over 45 minutes wearing a wetsuit when he told his coworkers he was getting cold. Medina continued to work. Then his coworkers believe he entered a hypothermic state. They were unable to pull him out of the water. First responders later arrived, but Medina died on scene after life-saving measures failed.
Police urging the public to talk with elderly relatives about road safety after a string of accidents involving older drivers. TMJ4's Kaylee Starl.
That's that same Jeep.
A Caledonia police officer's body cam shows the moment a car crashes into a squad car. The driver appears confused and shaken once he steps away from the car.
What did I hit here? That's a police car you hit.
While there was only property damage in Monday's accident, last week in West Dallas, a 91-year-old driver hit and killed a pedestrian. And earlier this month, a 94-year-old crashed into the front of a popular East Side restaurant.
According to state law, drivers over the age of 65 must visit a DMV office to renew their licenses every 8 years. Wisconsin does not require retesting for driver's licenses based on age alone.
Could food trucks return to Capitol Drive in Milwaukee? Alderman Lamont Westmoreland has crafted a proposal creating a designated zone along West Capitol Drive, which would limit the number of food vendor vehicles parked along the road while ensuring safety during business operations. The Milwaukee Common Council banned food truck sales along the stretch of road March 16th, citing traffic safety and littering concerns. The alderman hopes the established food truck zone will begin this summer.
Forbes listed Milwaukee as 5th on its list of up-and-coming tech cities in the U.S. Senior advisor for the Metropolitan Milwaukee Association of Commerce, Tim Sheehy, credits technology jobs within established industries in our region.
We have more jobs per capita in manufacturing than any other metro in the U.S., with the exception of San Jose. But all those manufacturing jobs now have big components of technology in them, big components of automation, big components of AI. So that means that we're going to lift our technology ranking just based on what we do here.
She believes the rising pool of tech talent led to Microsoft deciding to build its next data center here in Wisconsin.
Coming up,
we're going to polka tonight.
Or at least they will be in Kenosha this summer.
Signing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:35.
This report sponsored by Pella of Wisconsin. Discover Pella now, pay later at PellaWI.com.
0% interest for up to 3 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. I'm Gina Della from Pella. Pella's free in-home consultations make replacing or redesigning your windows and doors easy. We go beyond just measuring and handing you a quote. We take the time to listen and educate you on all your product options. And with DesignWorks, you can see what your home will look like before you buy. Whether you're looking to replace your windows due to damage or it's time for a refresh and you'd like to revitalize your home style, choosing from Pella's wide range of windows and doors will complement your home's unique design. Pella can also customize, providing nearly endless possibilities for maximum design flexibility with dramatic sizes, custom colors, finishes, profiles, product types, and more. Order by March 31st to get 0% interest for up to 3 years. Set your free consultation at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply.
Increase in taxes while families are paying more for everything from gas to groceries is wrong. Milwaukee voters should oppose increase in property taxes by nearly 30% in order to provide increased funding, yet again, to Milwaukee Public Schools. They've already wasted nearly $1 billion in new taxpayer funding, and now they want more? They don't even have a plan on how they'll spend it. Enough is enough. Milwaukee voters should just say no.
Paid for by Enough is Enough. Vote no.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Transform your bathroom like we did. It's Sidex, S-I-D-E-X, Sidex. Take out that conventional bathtub, put in a walk-in shower. That's what we did at our house. It's beautiful. It's open. It's transformed our bathroom. And right now with Sidex, you get $750 off any bathtub or shower replacement. They serve within 60 miles of Milwaukee. It's Sidex. They did the work at our house. It was quick. It was affordable. It was efficient. And our bathroom is beautiful. Go with the company we trust, Sidex. Free shower door upgrade when you mention WTMJ or John Mercure.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:37.
Bad break, literally, for your Milwaukee Brewers as we get set to open the season this week. That's coming up in sports at 6:45.
So, Vince, you may have noticed if you're a follower of, semi-pro minor league baseball, a recent trend has been ongoing where teams will rebrand for one night a year, maybe a couple nights a year, complete with the whole decked out uniform look. They'll just completely take their name. I know the Timber Rattlers up in Appleton have done this a number of times.
They're experts at this level of sports in like theme nights and fun stuff that happens at the games, for sure.
Right. Well, we got another one, and this one's got a little bit of local flair. Are you a fan of Home Alone?
Of course. Who isn't?
Well, maybe you recall this moment.
Allow me to introduce myself. Gus Polinski. Oh, Polka King of the Midwest. The Kenosha Kickers.
The Kenosha Kickers coming soon to
she
the
hadn't heard of
League.
them, actually, as it turned out.
No, it turns out. Polka, polka, polka. Are those songs?
Are those songs?
Yes, the Kenosha Kickers, July 6th, will be coming to the site where the normally Kenosha Kingfish play in the Northwoods League. They'll be taking on Kalamazoo. The Polka King of the Midwest is how they're fronting this. It's complete with the uniform deck out. I noticed the logo. Queuing in from our home Milwaukee Brewers, taking the glove logo and adjusting it. You got an accordion, the baseball right in the middle, just like the Brewers logo. So that is coming up on July 6th. You'll want to be there. I know I will for sure.
Yeah, we sold about 623 copies of that.
In Chicago?
No, Sheboygan. Very big in Sheboygan. They loved it,
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it all when you shop at St. Vincent de Paul. Old things, new things here for you. We're always changing. We're always new. So many friendly people, smiles from wall to wall.
not saying we're done with winter, but it is a good time to book your spring air conditioner checkup with Absolute Comfort HVAC and Electrical. YourComfortGuys.com. Nicole and Brent, they're the owners of the company. They're relationship people. You want to get to know them before you need them in an emergency. So you get Brent or maybe his son Drew. They come out to the house to service your air conditioner here this spring. I bought the full package, so that includes the fall furnace tune-up, which I had done in fall, and now they'll be back out at the house in spring. And now you're set for all your heating and cooling needs. Call Absolute Comfort HVAC and Electrical to get on the schedule now. Family business that treats your home like theirs. Absolute Comfort HVAC and Electrical, 262-664-9284. Your Comfort Guys, that's yourcomfortguys.com.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Heiser Automotive has slam dunk deals this month. Our team has your back, and we'll make sure the process of servicing your vehicle or purchasing a new vehicle goes smoothly and without a turnover. Plus, we will be awarding our MVPs with our exclusive Safe and Sound program, which is included on each vehicle sale. See all details at Heiser.com. After your visit, you'll feel like you've made the winning shot. At Heiser, today's your day.
See dealer for complete details.
Local savings start at Sendix. Sargento shredded cheese in 5 to 8 ounce packages are 2 for $6 all this week. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Traffic sponsored by Sendix Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. What do you have, Deb?
We'll definitely have some delays on 894 westbound from 27th Street all the way to Forest Home through that construction zone. So on or off the brakes, pretty much riding it all the way through. Rest of the system is looking pretty good, although volume's definitely picking up. And we have a few disabled vehicles around the area. 94 westbound at Moreland off on the left shoulder, so that's kind of in a weird spot. And then the eastbound side has one at Highway T's on-ramp off on the right shoulder. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Just a few more rounds of rain showers and even a couple thunderstorms heading our way for today. Most of it wraps up by the early to mid-afternoon hours. High temperatures today will be in the low to mid-50s around lunchtime. We'll quickly drop those temperatures down into the 40s and 30s by this evening as colder air rushes in tonight. Low temperatures will fall into the 20s with mostly cloudy skies. Wednesday we'll see more sunshine develop as the day goes on. High temperatures in the lower 40s, mid to upper 40s with lots of sunshine for Thursday. We'll see a few more clouds on Friday. High temperatures in the 40s lakeside, 50s inland. There will be the chance for rain Friday night into Saturday with high temperatures holding on to the 40s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 47 degrees.
I just wanna scream hello. My God, it's been so long. Never dreamed you'd reach.
6:43 on Wisconsin's Morning News this Tuesday morning. It is Holy Week for Christians. Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Easter Sunday, all ahead. Two stories from the Catholic Church today. We've talked about how Archbishop Jerome Listecki will wait now for word from the Pope after he hit the mandatory retirement age of 75. So he did send in his resignation, but the Pope can leave him in place for an undetermined amount of time. La Crosse, however, will have a new bishop. This appears to have moved pretty quickly, if it's any indication of how things could go in Milwaukee. If you're wondering whether the Pope and the people who serve the Pope have their eyes on everything going on in the church here in America, this is an indication that they do. The Archbishop there retiring early. He has had some health concerns, and the Pope has already named a new bishop for that diocese. So that process is moving forward in the western part of our state. Also in the Catholic Church in Wauwatosa, St. Bernard Parish is closing. That was reported in the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. A letter to parishioners said they'll be merging with Christ King Parish, which, if you know, Wauwatosa is across town. But St. Bernard, right in the heart of that village area of Wauwatosa, they're actually going to open the land up for development. No word on what's going to go there. But as a kid growing up in Tosa, Adam, if you wanted to insult the St. Bernard kids, you call them St. Bernards
I remember
you go to St. Bernard's.
I said when this story broke, I mentioned to you because I know you and Tosa, and I said St. Bernard, not knowing, of course, that you were going to come at me with that.
St. Bernard, of course, held its first mass, according to the article in JS, in 1911. So, on the one hand, you have an indication of some of the struggles of the Catholic Church and declining membership. On the other hand, they are taking proactive action to merge with another very successful parish there in Wauwatosa and to make sure that everyone in that community is served. I will be speaking with Archbishop Jerome Listecki. He is coming in late this week and will share his Easter blessings with you as well. That'll be coming up Friday morning on Wisconsin's Morning News. Sports up next.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for one of my favorite places. The Fox and Hound Supper Club is the most unique, beautiful, and affordable dining destination in the area. Winners of the Top Choice Award for Fine Dining, Most Romantic Restaurant, and Best Sunday Brunch. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free, always, 7 nights a week. Steak, seafood, ribs, pasta, big fresh salad, even the steak and lobster. Any dinner on the menu, your second dinner is free. That includes prime rib on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Desserts are also always buy one, get one free, and they're delicious. Relax with a hand-muddled old-fashioned, 20 bourbons, 100 wines in one of their 8 elegant dining rooms. The Fox and Hound sits in the Kettle Moraine Forest, a spectacular setting. Celebrate a birthday, anniversary, or a quiet dinner with your love, and your second dinner is free. Just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of Holy Hill, the drive is beautiful. Reserve at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com for your free dinner. Tonight, it's the Fox and Hounds.
Now, time for a sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Greg Hill.
Yeah, all morning long, we have one question to ask. Is the regular season of baseball here yet? That question is so ready to be answered by your Milwaukee Brewers. And we'll recap yesterday's boat race of a game. Didn't take too long, second inning. Rhys Hoskins introduces himself. He says,
and I hit dingers.
0-2. High fly ball, center field. Back Jones, and gone!
Yeah, that would make it 1-0 in the fourth. Joey Ortiz steps up to the plate. He says,
and I hit dingers.
Just Joey Ortiz gets into one deep left field. Back to the track, it is gone! Joey Ortiz!
I went to school with the Joey Ortiz growing up. Not the same guy.
Did he hit dingers or no?
He did not. He probably could, but he did not. Not at the major league level anyway. 3-0 heading into the fifth. A familiar name. Hi, my name's William Contreras, and
I hit dingers.
High fly, left field, gone. That got out in a hurry for William Contreras, his third spring training homer.
Third home run. That's 4-0 in the game. In the seventh, it's Eric Haas. He waves his bat and says,
and I hit dingers.
Haas gives this one a ride out to deep right field. Decolati's back at the track. Gone! Eric Haas! A 3-run shot, and the Brewers have broken this game wide open. It's 9-0 Milwaukee.
Yeah, that would make it 9-0. And Blake Perkins' RBI in the eighth turns it to a 10-1 Brewers win against the Rockies yesterday. Their spring training finale is today. However, the big story out of yesterday was the news on Garrett Mitchell. He will miss some time due to that hand injury, a fractured bone that was diagnosed yesterday. Manager Pat Murphy.
The fact that it didn't get much better is the worry that it could be something. But we've all been jammed like that, and it's miserable. But yeah, if it's not broken, you can continue.
Yeah, tough break for Mitchell, but remember, it's a long year. Don't force anything. And remember, Mitchell got hurt in May last season, returned in September, had a pretty solid season. So it's been done before. He can bounce back. And again, haven't even started yet.
A lot of depth at that position as well. They'll fill the gap, but right, tough for the young guy.
On to the hardwood. The Bucks are back in action tonight hosting the Lakers. LeBron listed as doubtful as of this morning. We'll keep you posted on that. Bucks Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 6.
So one of Milwaukee's favorite villains, he emerged during the Bucks championship run, Stephen A. Smith of ESPN. He was in Milwaukee just the other day, and he embraced the villain role quite well. We'll talk with Lori Nickel of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel about that coming up next.
Here's to sweet summer days together with friends and family in Wisconsin. To discovering magic in every moment.
Hey, Mom, over here.
And to reconnecting through a world filled with wonder.
Wow.
Here's to Supper Club celebrations and dancing until the sun goes down. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Plan your summer getaway at travelwisconsin.com.
Ridiculous fees, robocalls, customer service that's lacking the actual service. It sounds like you might be getting bullied by your bank. You don't have to settle. At Wintrust, we take a different approach. Whether you need banking solutions, a new home, or help planning your financial future, Wintrust has local experts ready to lend a hand. Stop banking the same way, expecting different results, and start banking where you matter at wintrust.com/bully-free. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Banking products provided by Wintrust Financial Corp. Banks, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. Whether you're ready to hit the road, tackle the yard, or start a new project, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like $30 off select Kurt trailer hitches with installation available. Save $250 on a Teskey 4x8-foot utility trailer with wood sides. And keep things in place with select Keeper brand ratcheting tie-downs, just $13.99. Plus, stock up on Easter candy, 20% off. We get you outdoors because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Traffic is sponsored by Hiller Ford, a family-owned dealership on Highway 100 in Franklin.
Ford Motor Company has awarded Hiller Ford with their Ford President's Award for customer service 18 times. One more reason people love to buy from Hiller Ford.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Checking in with Debbie here, 9 minutes before 7.
All right, backing up on westbound 894, leaving the Mitchell Interchange all the way to Forest Home, up to an 8-minute ride now from the Mitchell to the Hale. It's a couple of extra minutes there. Southbound on 43, looking pretty good. The northbound side, though, slowing down from North Avenue up past Keith. Westbound on 94, we've got backups from about 30th Street all the way through to Mitchell Boulevard. After that, you're looking pretty good. Just watch for the building volume. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Drakamp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. High of 54 degrees today, but the rain will be the story. Could hear some thunder today as well. Windy. And tonight, our low temperature dropping all the way down to 26 degrees. Wednesday, clearing skies and cooler with a high of 42. Right now at 47 in Milwaukee.
I'm the bad guy. Duh.
The villain takes the stage. Two-time Sports Writer of the Year for the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel and friend of the program, Lori Nickel, was with us this morning. As you were Friday night, Lori, it was great to see you at the Thanalysis Live event.
Good to see you, too.
So I'll set it up for you here. Thanasis Antetokounmpo, he's interviewing his brother Giannis before a big crowd at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. A fun moment in the night. Accused Milwaukee hater, ESPN's Stephen A. Smith, makes a surprise appearance. They set him up with a video from the Bucks championship run that you may remember where he and his crew are just ripping Milwaukee.
You really want to be in Milwaukee? I don't believe I've ever rooted for Atlanta more in my life. I don't believe
What do you think about that video? He basically said that we couldn't win. I mean, okay.
Hold up.
He's here?
So to Giannis's surprise, Stephen A. Smith enters to a rain of boos. And Lori, I thought he just owned the role of villain. He relished it.
Do you think that's a character he's playing? I didn't realize that until actually you said that. Is that what this is? Have I been fooled all along?
Well, no, I think he really doesn't much care to come to Milwaukee that often. But he knew why he was there, and with people booing him, he ate it up. Fine, okay, bring it.
But they didn't play. I thought it was very respectful that they didn't play the part of the video where it's like, do you want to go to Milwaukee? And he said, hell no. I mean, why didn't they play that part? Was that kind of an agreement to not stir up the crowd too much? He didn't say we were terrible, Milwaukee. That was another quote from somebody else. But I thought it was interesting. It was kind of a respectful way of trying to bring people together once again, which is totally a Thanasis Antetokounmpo thing.
Well, and the brothers seem to actually enjoy him and respect the work that he does. I thought the conversation that followed was very thoughtful about, and honestly, Stephen A. never been a fan. I'm more a fan of him after that appearance and how he said, look, my job is to poke, and it's not for sport. I tell you what I actually think, and if I don't, then I'm just some sort of crier, town crier here, along with so many others. You don't like it? That's fine.
I totally agree. Now, I'm from Milwaukee. I went to Riverside High School. I worked at Leon's Custard in the summer. I delivered Milwaukee Sentinel newspapers. My mom worked Department of Corrections, Milwaukee. My dad is at Harnessmaker P&H. So when he said that, it struck a nerve. Normally that stuff doesn't bother me at all. But I'm like, if anybody gets to complain about Milwaukee, it's me. Those of us who grew up here, we earned that, right? Don't talk about my city. Don't talk about my people and the weather. But I agree with you. I had a hard time, not liking the guy after that. But I think there's two things that everybody should keep in mind when they listen to the podcast. Number one, he does talk about the weather, not liking it. The NBA Finals that year were in July. Okay, the beautiful weather here in Milwaukee. It was 2021. It was the pandemic. And the second thing is that Giannis Antetokounmpo and Stephen A. Smith had a really interesting exchange. Keep in mind that at that time in 2020 and 2021, Giannis was really working on his mental health and what was healthy for him and not getting caught up in some of the outside stuff and the outside noise. So when you listen to that exchange, there's some context there that he was really, really working on what mattered to him. And I think that's important to recall when you hear that exchange in the podcast.
Lori, I'm curious, when I'm thinking about the podcast and just the idea of athletes doing podcasts in general, we're seeing it very often now. We got the Thanasis with Thanasis and others. Is this just a future way that athletes are going to be using as an extra voice piece to maybe get around the media and just get their point across, do you see?
Totally. I mean, the Bucks have Patrick Beverley. He's got his long-standing podcast that I listen now to because I need to hear if there's any news there. Damian Lillard did a recent podcast with DeMar DeRozan from Chicago, and they talked about mental health, and it was really kind of interesting stuff for an hour. When you have your own platform like that, that's beyond social media, but it's kind of a casual conversation or something that you can control what questions are being asked and what things are being avoided, what you're comfortable with. I think that's, if AI doesn't replace me first as a journalist, Thanasis will. So, that's, and I've told him that, so I'm ready.
I will say, though, really Lori, as we wrap here, there is an art to how you interview people. There's an art to the conversation, and I think Thanasis is better at it than some. But, not for nothing, but they're professionals in basketball. You and other journalists are professionals in what you do and how you conduct that interview to make it listenable, to mine out that information. There's a lot of value in that, too, not to be overlooked.
Let's hope so. But I think Thanasis is great with that, and he's curious. He's naturally curious, and he's respectful, which is something that I think an audience really likes. With me, there's certain things that you study with how to question people, when to question them on certain things. But again, I dread AI. It's coming. I'm going to be jobless in 2 years or whatever.
Well, we'll deal with that when it comes. You're ours for now.
Right. Yes, thank you, sir.
Lori Nickel, friend of the program, two-time Sports Writer of the Year with the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. We'll do the business headlines up next. Here's the Milwaukee Business Journal's Rich Kirchen.
The University Club in downtown Milwaukee closed in December, but its prime location overlooking the lakefront draws a notable buyer. That's Northwestern Mutual. Their campus is just 1 block away. High-profile suitors emerge for Johnson Controls' York HVAC business. Reuters says they include Bosch, Lennox, and Samsung. Johnson Controls not commenting. Bear Real Estate looks to develop 254 housing lots in Caledonia while seeking over $29 million in village incentives. The site, it's in the area of the Olympia Brown School on 5.5 Road. I'm Rich Kirchen with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
Does your home need a new defensive coach? Have wind, cold, or water breached? I recommend Siding Unlimited. Wind and cold get through your windows? Siding Unlimited fixes that. Water challenging your roof? Siding Unlimited fixes that too. Is the siding letting the elements through or just looking offensive? Fixing that is Siding Unlimited's first and continuing specialty. When weather's offense beats your home's defense, contact Siding Unlimited. Their name says siding, but they are so much more. Whatever the breach, put Siding Unlimited in. Their good work is on display at their unique outside-in showroom. They're waiting for you. What are you waiting for? SidingUnlimited.com.
When the centurion who stood facing him saw how he breathed his last, he said, "Truly, this man was the Son of God." Hello, this is Archbishop Listecki. Imagine how much God loved us to die for us. But he would not allow his Son to be forgotten in the tomb. Instead, God the Father's love raised him up and offered hope to all of us who believe in him. The Eucharist is the sacrificial act which joins us to his love. A blessed Easter to all. Join us at Mass.
Home to the auto show, tattoo fest, RV show, and more. Milwaukee's top trade and consumer shows belong at Baird Center. They make it easy, from a walkable downtown location to over 20 loading docks and a newly expanded exhibit hall, ensuring your exhibitors and attendees have an unforgettable visit. There's never been a better time to bring your next event downtown. Baird Center, Milwaukee's home for trade shows in the heart of the city. Learn more today at bairdcenter.com/planners. That's BAIRD center.com/planners.
Get started with your no-hassle refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com.
Tonight, the Buck Show LA, what a real lake looks like.
It's Lopez, rinse and repeat. Another 3 for the Bucks.
The Bucks-Lakers coverage starts tonight at 6 on your home of the Milwaukee Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
7:01, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. Tuesday, March 26th, our top story. Rescue efforts still underway after a boat crashed into a Baltimore bridge.
I'm Adam Roberts. A raid underway at the homes of an entertainment mogul.
I'm Debbie Lazago, westbound on 94, slowing down from about 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Right now, that's going to add an extra minute or two onto your ride. Southbound on 43, Brown Deer Road to the Marquette's going to take you about 14 minutes. Most of that happening right past Capitol Drive to Keefe. And westbound on 894, slowing down 27th Street all the way to Forest Home. That's through that construction zone. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
South of Milwaukee getting in on a gap in the rain, but there'll be rain through the day on and off. Thunder possibly mixed in there as well, and windy with a high of 54. Tonight's low dropping all the way to 26 degrees. Right now, 47 in Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center.
They're reporting that the middle section of the bridge collapsed into the water, and there are unknown amounts of people and or vehicles in the water.
Major bridge in Baltimore collapsed after a container ship collided with it early this morning. Officials reporting a number of vehicles fell into the river. Rescuers are looking for still right now at least 7 people. Ship looks to have hit one of the support beams for the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Video on social media showing the structure breaking apart and falling down in several places, plummeting into the water. Mayor Brandon Scott there says the focus continues to be right now on rescue efforts.
There will be a time to discuss about a bridge and how we get a bridge back up. But right now, there are people in the water that we have to get out, and that's the only thing we should be talking about.
And Baltimore Fire Chief James Wallace said 2 people have been pulled out of the water so far, surviving, one, though, in critical condition.
Back at home, the Fond du Lac County Sheriff's deputy who shot and killed a man will not face charges. Investigators say Deputy Blaine Evans involved in a case with Kyle Massey, who was being investigated for sexual assault last October. Investigators say Massey got out of his car with a gun and that he and Evans started shooting at each other. Massey ran away after that exchange, authorities later determining that he died by suicide. Evans' canine was also shot and injured during the exchange and is on his way to recovering.
Voters in Wisconsin's 8th congressional district will not be represented in Congress until next January, should Congressman Mike Gallagher make good on his word to remain in office until the middle of April and then retire by resigning on April 19th, like he says he will. Congressman Gallagher will force the state to miss an April 2nd deadline that would allow for a special election later this year. Fellow Republican Congressman Glenn Grothman of Wisconsin telling WTMJ spanning the state Gallagher's decision will hurt the party and voters.
Kind of inexcusable. You wonder why somebody would leave regardless. I mean, presumably you have something lined up. You run for 2 years on this job, put a lot in the campaign, people contribute money to you, contribute time. And for any circumstances, to leave early is therefore, I think, wrong.
And that 8th Congressional covers Green Bay and portions of the North Woods. Congressman Gallagher has not given a reason for his decision to step away other than for family matters.
In Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis signing one of the most restrictive social media laws in the country. ABC's Andrew Dimbert says it'll go into effect next year.
Children ages 13 and under will be banned from holding a social media account, while 14 and 15-year-olds will need parental permission to get one.
You can have a kid in the house, safe seemingly, and then you have predators that can get right in there into your own home. You could be doing everything right, but they know how to get and manipulate these different platforms.
The law, a response to growing concerns about the effect of social media on children's mental health.
Florida, one of a handful of states wanting more restrictions on social media.
Developing this hour, heavily armed federal authorities raiding homes belonging to rapper and entertainment mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Law enforcement sources saying they are investigating Combs on allegations of human trafficking. ABC News senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky.
As alleged, Combs plied her with drugs and alcohol. She fell into dangerous addictions. He took control of her life, everything from her health care to her career opportunities, would beat her, became a domestic abuser, and then completing what Cassie in her lawsuit calls his perverse control of her. Diddy ordered her to have sex with other men and effectively trafficked her for sex with others while he watched.
Combs has denied all sexual trafficking and assault allegations.
Coming up, a $718,000 door.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:06.
This report is sponsored by Diamonds Direct. Your love, their passion.
Former pro football offensive tackle Mitch Schwartz knows for a guy, buying jewelry is a daunting task at most stores, but not if you go to Diamonds Direct.
It's very simple and very easy process for a guy to go in there and not be overwhelmed.
Mitch found Diamonds Direct and has been back many times buying jewelry for his wife, Brooke, and he's never felt any pressure.
They're going to educate you about what you're looking for, what the diamonds are, how the process works.
At Diamonds Direct, we respect both you and your budget.
I think everyone's kind of searching for value. You don't want to be taken advantage of, and Diamonds Direct is leading in that regard. You're going to feel really comfortable there. You're going to have a good time. You're going to find something that looks amazing and that you're going to get the best value for it.
So if you're worried about getting sweaty palms when you walk into a jewelry store, relax. Take Mitch's advice and enjoy the experience at Diamonds Direct.
We have definitely recommended Diamonds Direct to friends, to other teammates. Everyone else who has been through there has had as awesome an experience as we have.
Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. Get directions, showroom hours, and more at diamondsdirect.com. You've heard about the thousands of patients finally getting relief from chronic joint pain thanks to QC Kinetics non-invasive treatments. And here's one who was determined to avoid surgery. Meet Vicky.
The orthopedic surgeon said, well, you're going to need knee replacement sooner rather than later. I kept hearing commercials about QC Kinetics and thought, well, I'm going to check them out first.
QC Kinetics has treated over 20,000 patients like Vicky around the country. People who were told they needed surgery but chose a more natural, less invasive approach that uses regenerative treatments to help heal and restore painful joints with no downtime.
If QC Kinetics had not been what I expected, I would have gone through with the surgery, but I got so much relief, am now pretty much pain-free that I don't have to have the surgery.
Before going under the knife, you need to check out QC Kinetics. The consultation is free. Call today.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GIFT for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. That's promo code GIFT.
Signing Unlimited, WTMJ News Times, 7:08.
Brewers wrap up spring training play today, looking ahead to opening day this week. We'll have that in sports at 7:15.
Speaking of those brewers, there's going to be more ways soon for fans to get their favorite gear at American Family Field once opening day hits.
Senior Director of Retail Merchandising Sean Marevka tells WTMJ the renewal was 2 years in the making.
During game days, it was very difficult to get our customers to shop comfortably within our stores. We took over a concession stand, gutted that out, and put a line queuing system inside of there.
He says they have 12 checkout stalls along with adding a
custom corner that will allow fans to customize their jersey with their favorite name and number on the back. And we repurposed our hat wall that was once in the middle of our store is now located off to the side.
Julian Johnson, WTMJ News.
Piece of movie history snapped up at auction.
A slab of balsa wood that made movie history has sold for nearly $1 million.
Jack, there's a
Heritage Auction says the door that saved Kate Winslet's character at the end of Titanic went for $718,000. The dress her character Rose wore sold for $118,000. A wheel used for the boat brought in $200,000. And someone paid more than $500,000 for Harrison Ford's braided leather bullwhip from 1984's Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
That belongs in a museum.
I still think Jack could have gotten on the door.
7:10 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, president of the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Did you know that Adam members employ more than 7,500 people? Plus, Adam recently completed their 14th annual Feeding America Change Your Oil promotion. To date, Adam has donated over $875,000, which provided over 2.6 million meals. Start your next car search by finding an Adam member dealer at adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
America is kept safe because the Army National Guard responds, protects, and supports our nation when it needs them most. The Army National Guard responds to disasters such as wildfires and floods. They protect us with missile defense, cybersecurity, and civilian support teams for chemical, biological, and radiological hazards. Be there for your community and your country. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
What do you got on the roads here, Deb?
Not much. We got some delays, of course, like westbound 894 as per usual, leaving the Mitchell interchange heading towards Forest Home. Right now it's a 9-minute ride between the Mitchell and the Hale. Northbound 43, kind of hitting the brakes right around the North Avenue curve all the way up to Keith. And then southbound side, couple taps on the brakes as well as you're making your way in towards the Marquette interchange. Overall, the rest of the system is actually looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. One more day with on and off rain showers, even a couple thunderstorms. Most of the activity wraps up through this afternoon. We'll look at high temperatures in the 50s around lunchtime. Those temperatures will start to drop by this evening down into the 30s and 40s. Tonight will be chilly, low temperatures falling into the 20s with breezy winds. We'll look at more sunshine developing throughout the day on Wednesday with high temperatures in the lower 40s. Plenty of sunshine on Thursday, looking like a good day to get outside with high temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. Friday brings in a few more areas of clouds and the chance for rain at night. High temperatures in the 40s lakeside, lower 50s inland. Saturday we'll see that rain chance wrap up during the morning with high temperatures in the upper 40s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 48 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's your host, Vince Vitrano.
Glad to have you with us on this Tuesday morning. Eric out this week, Adam Roberts in for him as we continue on Wisconsin's Morning News. The Marcus Performing Arts Center upcoming season is going to be long and fantastic. The PAC, as we used to call it back in the day, released its Broadway musical schedule for the 2024-25 season. It opens October 1st.
I'm on the bench, but coach, just put me in the game. All you gotta do is say my name.
I don't know your name.
Well, I can't say it.
Beetlejuice. October 1st through the 6th, coming to the Marcus Performing Arts Center, part of an 8-show lineup this coming season in the Broadway series that actually goes into next summer, returning to the Marcus Center in July of 2025. So that's Wicked, July 30th through August 17th, an extended run and over the summer. Don't know that I've seen that before.
Neither have I.
I mean, typically the season ends in spring, late spring, so May this year will end the Broadway season. Elf the Musical, Chicago, The Book of Mormon, and A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond musical.
So he gets a musical now?
Annie, speaking of, performing stars who get a musical, MJ. That thing is really hot on Broadway right now. And then, of course, Wicked, then July 30th through August 17th. And don't forget, still to come this spring, you have Tina, the Tina Turner musical, and 23-24 season closes with a 2-week run of Moulin Rouge. That is coming up in May. So we'll break it all down for you with the musical aficionado, Katie Korrick from UPAF, coming up in our 8 o'clock hour. Subscriber packages are on sale now. Individual show tickets will go on sale later this year for the Broadway season at the Marcus Performing Arts Center, opening in October with Beetlejuice.
The Midwest's best baseball and softball training facility and retail center is here in New Berlin, and it's ready for you and your team. From little leaguers to hardcore players and trainers, this is the place you'll want to be.
You can't beat Bernhardt.
Vince Vitrano here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When I got my new patio door installed this summer, big old windows that go on either side of it in the family room, now it's inspired me to do all sorts of other work on the house because, boy, I can't have those beautiful windows and doors and then not have quality flooring, or right now we're having painting done and some other things like that. So
that'd be crazy.
But they were the corner piece, the first important step. And now's the time to get in on that in your home, because if you book the work in your home right now, until March 31st, here's the deal. 0% interest for up to 3 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. You Pella now, you pay later. 3 years later, in fact. The free in-home consultation is really important because you might not know exactly what your options are until you get that Pella design team in your home to make suggestions. You can look at everything through their DesignWorks software so you can see what your project will look like before you commit to buying. Pella customizes everything. Endless possibilities for maximum design flexibility. Order by March 31st. You get 0% interest for up to 3 years. You set your free consultation at PellaWI.com or stop into the showroom in Brookfield. Certain restrictions do apply.
Now, time for a sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Greg Hill.
Yeah, spring training almost done. One game left to go, except the last game that you could hear on the radio was yesterday, so let's get to it. Didn't take long, second inning. My name is Reese Hoskins, and I
hit dingers.
0-2. High fly ball, center field. Back Jones, and gone!
That would make it 1-0. We head to the fourth inning. Joey Ortiz steps up to the plate and says,
I hit dingers.
Just Joey Ortiz gets into one deep left field. Back to the track, it is gone. Joey Ortiz.
That would be 3-0. Next up, William Contreras.
I hit dingers.
High fly, left field, gone. That got out in a hurry for William Contreras, his third spring training homer.
That would make it 4-0. Let's head to the seventh. Eric Haas.
And I hit dingers.
Haas gives this one a ride out to deep right field. Decolati's back at the track. Gone! Eric Haas. A 3-run shot, and the Brewers have broken this game wide open. It's 9-0 Milwaukee.
Yeah, 9-0 in the seventh. It would eventually be 10-0 in the eighth. A 10-1 win. Brewers win in the second to last game of spring training. Back to the reality, though, the big story out of yesterday. News on Garrett Mitchell. He will miss time due to that hand injury. A fractured bone was the diagnosis. Manager Pat Murphy.
The fact that it didn't get much better is the worry that it could be something. But we've all been jammed like that, and it's miserable. But if it's not broken, you can continue.
Yeah, Skipper also saying Mitchell's time away looking to be anywhere from between 1 to 2 months. So he was just hitting his stride. Tough break, but there's plenty of baseball left to play because we haven't even started yet. But we will start on Thursday as the Brewers take on the Mets.
Away game. So home openers a week from today.
Correct.
Start on the road.
So we will count down then, but I can only count down so much in one sportscast.
So
we'll just take it one day at a time, as they say in sports. Meanwhile, the Bucks back at it tonight, hosting the Lakers. LeBron listed as doubtful this morning. We'll keep you posted on that. Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage starts at 6, and the coaches meeting for the NFL offseason is happening today. And Once again, the NFL dominating the offseason with a season headline. The league officials passing the banning of the hip drop tackle. Now, what is the definition of a hip drop tackle? 2 definitions I got for you. Listen closely. One detailed, another more simple.
The hip drop tackle is defined as a tackle where the defender wraps one or both arms around a player, turns his body with a twisting or rotating motion, and subsequently lands on that player's lower extremities.
Okay, and the simple definition?
Sure, in layman's terms, it's any tackle.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So they're kind of worried. A lot of overseeing going on about how we tackle. It's all about player safety. I understand that. However, a lot of defensive players mainly are like, well, how am I supposed to take down a dude that's twice my size running at full speed? Like, I can't go after their knees. That's super dangerous. If I hit them high, they're not going to fall. So it's kind of the move if you're running from behind, grabbing them by the hips and breaking their momentum. But the NFL taking exception to that. So it'll be an interesting preseason to see how that is called. It'll be an interesting season to see if it's even enforced or, as the NFL tends to do, crumble to public pressure, and maybe they'll readjust their rules.
Or if you like to live in the lucrative world of sports futures investing, take the over this year.
Flags thrown on them? Absolutely. Yeah, it's the whole fair catch thing. It's the next rule in the legacy of rule changes for the NFL.
Coming up next.
I'm the guy who talked about the corn dogs in your film. We were in a movie together.
So it's more than that. A really fun moment with Giannis Antetokounmpo the other night. We'll tell it to you next.
The hip drop tackle is defined as a tackle where the defender wraps one or both arms around a player, turns his body with a twisting or rotating motion, and subsequently lands on that player's lower extremities.
Okay, and the simple definition?
Sure, in layman's terms, it's any tackle.
Tony Drake here from Drake & Associates. Big news. Our Retirement Ready radio show is moving to a new time slot. Catch us at noon every Saturday. At Drake & Associates, we craft tailor-made plans that not only meet your financial needs, but align seamlessly with your unique lifestyle. Tune in at noon on Saturdays and get retirement ready.
Drake & Associates, LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates, LLC does not provide legal or tax advice.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for J.D. Griffiths. It was time for us. Our house was 20-plus years old. And the garage doors were getting dated. They were dinged up, and they were really hurting the value and the look of our house. That's why we called J.D. Griffiths, a local company. They've been at it in Milwaukee for more than 70 years, providing premier garage doors and building detached garages. We've got our new doors now, and they pop. I still got neighbors talking to me about it. Now, J.D. Griffiths does have an exclusive offer right now for you, the WTMJ listener. With any purchase of a new garage door, you can save $100 on your garage door opener. Just call 414-362-7222 and mention me, WTMJ's Eric Bilstead, or fill out the form at jdgriffiths.com/WTMJ to schedule your free at-home estimate and claim your deal. That number again, 414-362-7222. J.D. Griffiths.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi for the Bath Authority. If your bath or shower is old, outdated, has mold and mildew, broken tiles, you got to call my friends at the Bath Authority. The Bath Authority provides the highest quality bathroom remodeling products along with a world-class customer experience. Their modern, durable tubs and showers are designed with an exclusive high-tech polymer liner. What that means to you, low maintenance, resistance to mold and mildew, easy to clean, and lasts for decades. You're their priority at the Bath Authority. TheBathAuthority.com. A better bath awaits.
Debbie, what do you see on the roads here?
Well, we got some backups for sure. Also, a broken down vehicle. Eastbound 94, right about at 35th Street. The broken down vehicle is in the right lane, so that's going to start to cause some delays. On westbound 894, backed up out of the Mitchell interchange towards Forest Home through that construction zone. Northbound on 43, slowing from North Avenue up past Keith, with the southbound side tying up a little bit right past Capitol Drive towards Keith as well. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Rain likely today, thunder possible as well. High of 54 degrees. Tonight's low drops down to 26, but we'll start to clear out. Wednesday's high just 42 under clear skies. 47 right now in Milwaukee. So, indeed, I spent a few moments with Giannis Antetokounmpo the other night. I shouldn't be allowed to meet people.
I'm the guy who talked about the corn dogs in your film. We were in a movie together.
Yeah, I said that.
And what's your name?
Right. That's me reminding global superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo that indeed I did have a several seconds long cameo in the recently released documentary on him. So let me set the stage for you. We're at Thanalysis Live, presented by Carbless, an event that we put on here at Good Karma Brands for Giannis's older brother Thanasis, who does a podcast that's called Thanalysis. That podcast will drop soon. When it does, you can see the interview between Thanasis and Giannis, the special guests that came, all the cool things that happened that night. It should be soon, and when it does drop, I will let you know how to get it and where to find it. But more on how all that played out here. I met a person in line. So the line was almost out the door at Potawatomi Casino Hotel to get into the show. It was a live recording. So many of you came, and it was great to see a lot of people. And I'm talking to this young lady. Her name is Abby, and she's got stuff with her. You've brought things that you hope we can get to Giannis and Thanasis for you tonight.
I made drawings of each of them, all handmade.
They're actually really good.
Thank you. The Bucks weren't always the best team, and I know that, but I still wanted to support them in any way.
So she's in her Bucks jersey. She's got these hand-drawn pictures. There's one of Giannis, there's one of Thanasis, there's one of their dog, Mila. And then she has a little baggie where she's made some trinkets that she hopes that Mrs. A could get, and Giannis' partner and wanted them to get to the family, right? So my first thought was like fear.
I can imagine. That's a big ask.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to have access to Giannis.
Even though you could go to all these different super teams and everything, it means a lot that they want to stay here.
So she's got all this stuff for Mariah and Giannis and the family, and I'm like, all right, so I will go on a mission. I will do my best. And I managed to catch up with Giannis after the show. He's backstage, and I present him with a number of these things.
Thank you so much. What's your name?
My name's Vince. I'm with WTMJ.
Not your name, big girl.
Oh, her. Listen, I know you're glad to meet me. I'm the guy who talked about the corn dogs in your film. We were in a movie together. Her name is Abby.
Vince.
What's your name?
Vince.
No, I'm Vince. No.
Come on.
Not your name. What's her name? So I'm standing there with Giannis, who's like 23 feet taller than me, and I've got the little drawings that Abby made for him, and I'm going through, here's you, and here's Thanasis, and here's your dog, Mila. And he was... The cool thing about Giannis to be around him is he is deliberate, he is thoughtful, he was listening to me, he was looking at the pictures, he wasn't looking for, how can I get away from this clown who's asking me all these questions? Like, he was in that moment, and he was analyzing what was happening, and he was super friendly, and he was super grateful. Listen to what he said here.
Abby, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm going to definitely deliver this safely to my mom and Mariah.
The other thing is I watched Giannis after that, and there were so many people backstage. There were a bunch of other Bucks players. Brooke Lopez was there. Bobby Portis was there. Marchand Beauchamp was there. A lot of other things that he could have been paying attention to. He never put the stuff down that I gave to him. He didn't give it to a handler. He didn't just leave it somewhere. He kept it. He was holding on to it, and I thoroughly believe that he is going to give that to his family.
And I have to imagine, too, his recent dadhood plays into this as well. And I, as someone... fully admit, don't have children of my own, but I have to imagine once you reach that threshold in your life, it really alters your perspective on what's important. So I imagine that played into it too.
So he is as advertised. Couldn't have been cooler about it. And there you go, Abby. I delivered on my promise to you that has been delivered to Giannis. If you want to see that whole moment, text Giannis. That's Giannis to 855-616-1620. Giannis. Giannis to 855-616-1620. I'll have Greg Pancake Hill send you the link. News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 162 points in trading on Monday to 39,314. The NASDAQ closed at 16,384. That was down about 44 points, and the S&P 500 down as well, off 16 to 52.18. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite Financial Planning at every level. Details at annexwealth.com. Welcome to The Knowledge Brokers, weekly feature covering the dynamics of the insurance market, how it affects Wisconsin businesses and folks who live here. Sponsored by the original Knowledge Broker, R&R Insurance. And joining us today, Jeff Salasinski, Vice President of Insurance Operations. Jeff, we were just talking the other week about cyber attacks. Director of the FBI called it the defining threat of our generation. What should businesses and individuals be doing to protect themselves?
Thank you, Vince. Great to be here. The way we're looking at cybercrime at R&R is it's no longer merely a work problem. It can have a devastating effect on your personal life as well. These events are more severe, they happen more frequently, and we've seen them with some very revered brands in our area just recently.
All falls under the umbrella of cyber insurance, but I imagine policies vary widely in terms of what they offer.
Yes, these policies are very different. One thing to be mindful of is many companies offer a product that is really a add-on endorsement to your particular policy. It doesn't provide a lot of coverage. It provides a low limit of insurance with a lot of exclusions. It may be very inadequate for what you need. What you're looking for is a standalone cyber insurance policy. This policy offers, in addition to an insurance reimbursement, offers a team of legal experts, IT professionals, public relations assistants to help you as an individual or your business get back on its feet after an event.
See, what I heard you say there is a team of people to whom I have access, because I don't just need a check. I need help cleaning up this mess.
Yes, and at R&R Insurance, we've been ahead of the cyber game. We've had our team of dedicated cyber experts in place for almost 10 years now. This is an area we know well. It's a suite of solutions we can custom design to help support your business or you as an individual.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Great info, Jeff. More information online at myknowledgebroker.com. It's 7:30. I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. Our top story, a bridge collapse in Baltimore.
I'm Adam Roberts. A deadly incident in a western Wisconsin water tank.
I'm Debbie Lazigo. We've got an accident eastbound 94 at Mitchell Boulevard. Right lane is blocked with this, so be careful with that. And that goes along with the disabled vehicle around 35th Street on eastbound 94. That's blocking the right lane as well. Debbie Lazigo with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Rain likely with a high of 54 degrees today, right now at 47. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center this morning, local news first, the Fond du Lac County Sheriff's deputy who shot and killed a man will not face any charges. Investigators say Deputy Blaine Evans was involved in a chase with Kyle Massey, who was being investigated for sexual assault. This all played out last October. Investigators say Massey got out of the car with a gun and that he and Evans started shooting at each other. Massey ran away after that. Authorities later determined that he died by suicide. Evans' canine was also shot and injured during that incident and is on his way to recovering.
Meanwhile, in Baltimore, major rescue efforts continue after the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge after a cargo ship rammed into one of the bridge's pillars, causing the collapse of the middle portion of the bridge. ABC's Gio Benitez.
More than 12 million cars travel on this bridge. At least that's what happened in 2023. So you're talking about a massive amount of travelers going over this bridge. It's a very, very popular bridge, a very, very popular waterway. We see how large that waterway is, leading right through to the port of Baltimore.
According to confidential briefing memos from federal officials obtained by ABC, around 20 people are missing, and there may have been efforts made by the ship's crew to notify bridge officials before they hit the pillar.
A man died after getting stuck in a municipal water tank in Blair, Wisconsin on Saturday. TMJ4 News reporting the 30-year-old man from Texas, Carlos Medina, was cleaning from inside the tank for over about 45 minutes while wearing a wetsuit when he told his coworkers he was getting cold. However, Medina continued to work. His coworkers believe he entered a hypothermic state. They were able to pull him out. First responders later arrived. They pulled Medina out of the water, but Medina later died after failed life-saving measures.
Police urging the public to talk with elderly relatives about road safety after a string of recent incidents involving older drivers. TMJ4's Kaylee Starl has more.
That's that same Jeep. A Caledonia police officer's body cam shows the moment a car crashes into a squad car. The driver appears confused and shaken once he steps away from the car.
What did I hit here?
That's a police car you hit. While there was only property damage in Monday's accident, last week in West Dallas, a 91-year-old driver hit and killed a pedestrian. And earlier this month, a 94-year-old crashed into the front of a popular East Side restaurant.
According to state law, drivers over the age of 65 in Wisconsin must visit a DMV office to renew their license every 8 years, Wisconsin does not require retesting for driver's licenses based on age alone.
Spring Election Day, a week from today, voters in Milwaukee will choose whether they want to spend more on MPS. If the proposed $252 million referendum does not pass, MPS says programs, including music and art, could be cut. TMJ4's Sydney Orr spoke with voters about the importance of these programs for students.
Coming from me, it helped me get through elementary, middle school, even high school going on. It's like a form of, I would say, therapy. If they don't have music, the world is just like, I would say, bland.
If the referendum passes, taxpayers would have to spend about $216 more per $100,000 value in property.
A new owner for the former University Club building in downtown Milwaukee. Northwestern Mutual confirming to our partners at the Milwaukee Business Journal they have an agreement to buy the 126-year-old facility. The club in Milwaukee shuttered operations 3 months ago after citing financial challenges. A spokesperson for Northwestern Mutual says plans for the building will be unveiled in the future.
Traffic is sponsored by Sendik's Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926.
Local savings start at Sendik's. Sargento shredded cheese in 5 to 8 ounce packages are 2 for $6 all this week. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
Coming up, a big debate being heard by the Supreme Court.
News is sponsored by Griffin Ford, Griffin Chevy on Metro Auto Mall, and Griffin's Hub Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram.
Spring is in the air, and so are the savings at Griffin. Picture this. For only $179.95, we offer an all-exclusive package to spruce your ride up. Get an oil change, tire rotation, air filter, wiper blades, multi-point inspection, battery check, and heat inspection. And the best part, no matter where you are, north, south, or west side of town, Griffin has your automotive needs covered. Our skilled technicians are ready to give your car the VIP treatment it deserves. So why wait? Drive over to Griffin and let us make your March memorable. At Griffin, we're not just about cars, we're about your satisfaction. Call or visit for details and restrictions. Spring forward with Griffin, where excellence meets the road.
Hey there, Eric Bilstead for Tri-County Contracting. It's your go-to company. You know the ones for the worry-free roof tune-up. They extend the life of your roof. But not only that, Tri-County Contracting does offer an exclusive 1110 program. What it means is after roofing your house, Chuck and the crew will offer 11 inspections over 10 years for free. Routine maintenance for a decade for free. Learn more about the 1110 program on their website, TriCountyContractingWI.com.
Increase in taxes while families are paying more for everything from gas to groceries is wrong. Milwaukee voters should oppose increase in property taxes by nearly 30% in order to provide increased funding, yet again, to Milwaukee public schools. They've already wasted nearly $1 billion in new taxpayer funding, and now they want more? They don't even have a plan on how they'll spend it. Enough is enough. Milwaukee voters should just say no.
Paid for by Enough is Enough. Vote no.
Signing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:36.
Bad break, literally, for the Milwaukee Brewers just days ahead of the opening game. We've got that in sports at 7:45.
Today, the U.S. Supreme Court begins hearing arguments regarding the use of an abortion drug which has been on the market since 2000. The drug known as mifepristone has been used in roughly half of the abortions in the United States. Recently, though, the FDA easing restrictions on its use. ABC's Rachel Scott is outside the court.
A number of medical associations who are against abortion rights say that the FDA cut corners, unlawfully relaxing those restrictions. The bottom line here, whatever the Supreme Court decides will not ban the abortion pill outright, but it could severely restrict access to it, even in states where abortion is legal.
Now, just recently, the FDA easing restrictions on the drug's use, allowing it to be delivered by mail. Of course, recently, Governor Evers touting that pill is now available for people on Badger Care Plus, cost-free and without a prescription here in Wisconsin.
We're going to talk a little bit more about the bridge that collapsed in Baltimore, and we'll share that video with you. If you want to watch along on the live stream, you can do that on our app on YouTube, WTMJ.com, or text the word WATCH to 855-616-1620. That's WATCH, 855-616-1620. I'll have Greg Pancake Hill, producer of the program, send you a link to our live video stream. We'll share that stunning video with you coming up next. This news report brought to you by Steinhafels. Visit them at steinhoffels.com.
During Sleep Awareness Month at Steinhoffels, get a Tempur-Pedic Queen mattress for only $52 per month with their 60-month financing, plus $300 in Steinhoffels cash. Tempur-Pedics are designed to make aches and pains a thing of the past by supporting the body as no other mattress can. Upgrade to the Tempur-Breeze and sleep up to 10 degrees cooler for just $96 per month with their 60-month financing. Make the connection between better health and sleep at Steinhoffels. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
With NBA League Pass, you get so much game.
Even regular season games?
Yep.
Even some of the in-season tournament?
Mm-hmm.
Can I watch home and away team broadcasts?
Oh, yeah.
Can I watch from my phone while I take a long bath?
Sure.
And if my team wins, can I stand up super fast and splash water everywhere and scream, yes, that's right!
Hey, could we get a normal fan for this commercial? Subscribe at NBA.com/League Pass today. Only select out-of-market games available and local blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
Easter is this Sunday. A wonderful family tradition is a delicious Easter Sunday brunch. WTMJ's John Mercure here. The most generous and affordable Easter brunch is at the Mind Chef restaurant right there in Hartford. It's everything you love for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, plus a huge dessert table. I love that. It's an all-you-care-to-eat feast, and it's just $24.99. Kids and grandkids under 3, they eat for free. Add a Bloody Mary or glass of wine for a perfect Easter brunch. Your kids can safely play in that world-class game room, quietly tucked away from the dining area while you finish up your brunch, maybe have another drink. The Mine Shaft is so family-friendly. It's big food. It's big fun. So don't cook. Don't clean this Easter. Relax, enjoy your family, and let the Mine Shaft serve you. Reserve your table today as they fill up quickly for the Good Friday all-you-can-eat codfish fry for under $10. And don't forget that Easter Sunday brunch, one of my favorites. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh. MineShaftRestaurant.com. Happy Easter from the Mine Shaft.
20 to 8. Debbie, what do you see on the roads?
Well, we still have the right lane blocked on 94 eastbound, right about at 35th Street with a broken down vehicle, so careful with that. We've also got an accident on 94 eastbound at Mitchell Boulevard with the right lane blocked as well. So delays coming in from before 84th Street to that point. Of course, westbound 94 slowing down from about 16th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Westbound on 894 slowing down out of the Mitchell interchange past Forest Home. We're seeing delays all the way back to about 84th Street. And then on southbound 43, riding the brakes from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive. Little bunching through the Marquette interchange as well. Hey, be our eyes on the roads. Report accidents, slowdowns, and road conditions to the WTMJ Hall Volkswagen traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Just a few more rounds of rain showers and even a couple thunderstorms heading our way for today. Most of it wraps up by the early to mid-afternoon hours. High temperatures today will be in the low to mid-50s around lunchtime. We'll quickly drop those temperatures down into the 40s and 30s by this evening as colder air rushes in tonight. Low temperatures will fall into the 20s with mostly cloudy skies. Wednesday, we'll see more sunshine develop as the day goes on. High temperatures in the lower 40s, mid to upper 40s with lots of sunshine for Thursday. We'll see a few more clouds on Friday. High temperatures in the 40s lakeside, 50s inland. There will be the chance for rain Friday night into Saturday with high temperatures holding on to the 40s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee temp at 48 degrees. On this rainy Tuesday morning, glad to have you with us on Wisconsin's Morning News. Search efforts continue right now in a frigid river in Baltimore. Told you at the bottom of the hour news that massive interstate bridge in the harbor collapsed. And if you're watching on the video live stream this morning, I'll have producer Greg Hill run the video on our feed as well. And text watch to 855-616-1620 to get a link to that. You can watch anytime on YouTube or our app or our website, WTMJ.com. So what happened is this massive container ship inexplicably, have no idea why it was so far, the video that you're watching, why it was so far to the left here in the video. It slammed into a column of this long cantilever-style bridge. So you think of like a lot of trusses and beams. The ship hit a support for the bridge, and then the whole bridge just comes collapsing down. we have reported on as many as 7 people perhaps still missing in the water. Adam, you have anything latest on that?
That's right, Vincent. You mentioned how and why this boat was so far off course.
Yeah.
ABC News is reporting the FBI is on scene conducting a federal investigation. Pierre Thomas with more.
We're told that the FBI is on the scene. The preliminary information is pointing to an accident, according to our sources. But they cannot take any chances, so the FBI will be conducting a background check on the captain and crew to make sure they understand everything there is to know about where they came from, what their activities are, because they cannot leave anything to chance until they know for certain that this was, in fact, an accident.
So again, nothing to insinuate at all that this was intentional, but we're covering all of our bases here if you're the FBI. And then you think about the rescue efforts still that are ongoing and all the different challenges that rescuers are facing given the environment they're in. Jared Hill with CBS.
One is the fact that the tide is coming in. Another is that the water there is cold. And on top of that, the air is cold as well. And these crews have been searching in and around this water for the past, 6 or so hours at this point. And so fatigue beginning to set in.
So what we can confirm from the fire chief over in Baltimore, James Wallace, again, still 2 individuals pulled out of the water, one of them in a hospital in very serious condition, the other one refusing treatment on scene. And then, as you mentioned, Vince, officially, they're looking at about 7 people still missing right now.
A really grim outlook for those people on top of the fact that you would have to survive that fall into the water, somehow get yourself out of the vehicle, might have been submerged at the time, and then survive for hours in those really cold conditions. Not a good outlook for any of the missing at this moment. And then, of course, secondary to loss of life, you have this is a major thoroughfare. This is Interstate, 95? It runs from the Canadian border to the north all the way to Miami. And this is a part of that. I'm pretty sure I've driven over this bridge. My wife and I went to a ball game in Baltimore once when we were in D.C., and the bridge just sort of goes forever over that harbor. And this particular span is just a part of that. And as you watch this video, just like it's inexplicable.
And then a tertiary concern also because of this being a major port artery for not just Baltimore, but for the entire east coast of the U.S.
Yeah, right.
Once we get past the initial efforts of rescuing those who could still be alive, you then have to start thinking, what does this mean for cargo? What does this mean for getting these giant ships from all over the world in and out of this major port?
Yeah, not just that ship, as you saw containers falling into the water. There's people's stuff in there that they were expecting somewhere, somehow. There could be anything that manufacturers were expecting. So all of that, and that ship alone, you're right, shutting down that port is not going to be a good thing, and that could have nationwide ripple effects. 7:45, we'll do sports next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
There's only so much storage space in your brain, so every now and then, important factoids slip through the cracks of your cranium. It's easy to forget about anniversaries, birthdays, your hamster's dentist appointment, and your plumbing. You remember your plumbing, don't you? The pipes in, around, and under your house that make sure certain unsavories are carried far, far away. We forget about our pipes. That is, until one of them gets clogged. Yep, nothing like a backed-up drain to jog your memory. Well, when clogs happen, remember that Mr. Holland's Home Services offers Hydroblast drain cleaning. Our technically technical technicians don't just find the clog, we blast it to kingdom come. Strain drains and plug pipes are no match for Mr. Holland's Hydroblast technology. Call 866-992-1717 or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. If something goes down the wrong pipe, we can help.
Now, time for a sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Greg Hill.
It was your last opportunity to catch spring training on the radio, so let's waste no time. Let's get to it. First up in the second inning, my name is Reese Hoskins, and
I hit dingers.
0-2. High fly ball, center field. Back Jones, and gone!
In the fourth inning, introducing to the plate, his name is Joey Ortiz, and
I hit dingers.
Just Joey Ortiz gets into one deep left field. Back to the track, it is gone! Joey Ortiz!
That'd be 3-0. In the fifth, William Contreras.
And I hit dingers.
High fly, left field, gone. That got out in a hurry for William Contreras, his third spring training homer.
To make it 4-0 in the 7th, Eric Haas.
And I hit dingers.
Haas gives this one a ride out to deep right field. Decolati's back at the track. Gone! Eric Haas, a 3-run shot. And the Brewers have broken this game wide open. It's 9-0 Milwaukee.
Yeah, it would be a 10-1 win over the Colorado Rockies yesterday. The spring training finale is today. Of course, season opener, is on Thursday against the Mets. An update on Garrett Mitchell, who had a diagnosed fractured bone in his hand. He will be out for a few months. Here's Pat Murphy.
The fact that it didn't get much better is the worry that it could be something. But we've all been jammed like that, and it's miserable. But if it's not broken, you can continue.
Yeah, can I just say shout out Dominic Contronio all spring training long. Our guy Dom bringing us cuts face to face with Murphy, getting to know him. So really appreciate the audio all season long. So I appreciate that, my friend. We will check back with Dom as part of Brewers 360 starting next week. And the Bucks are back in action tonight, hosting the Lakers. LeBron listed as doubtful as of this morning. Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 6.
Signing limited WTMJ News Time is 7:49.
When a new baby is added to the mix, saving money becomes a real priority. Shopping at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores can help. With an abundance of baby clothing and toys, all thrift store priced at pennies on the dollar. You'll spend a little to get a lot. Find great deals on gently used baby clothes and toys at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Only 11% of those trying to sell their own homes actually succeed. And of those that do sell their own home, they sell on average for 26% less than agented properties. This often negates the savings they were hoping to get by doing it on their own. So why do it on your own when you have an experienced realtor that will give you full service at only 3.5 to 3.9% commission? Don't let your home sit while others are selling faster and at potentially better than asking prices. Call Benefit Realty for a highly experienced agent, and you'll pay less for full service. In this seller's market, even homeowners are trying to sell their own home. But more times than not, it doesn't work out like they'd hoped. And while homes like theirs are selling, and selling fast for over asking prices, their homes aren't. So what's your next best strategy? Well, if you're looking to relieve yourself of the stress of selling your own home and still get top dollar while getting the full service benefits that an experienced realtor can give you, then look no further. I'm Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where 3.5 to 3.9% commission assures that you pay less for full service.
Traffic is sponsored by the all-new Burghardt Sporting Goods.
The all-new Burghardt Sporting Goods, the Midwest's best baseball and softball training facility and retail center in New Berlin and Fox Point.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Checking in on the roads here with Debbie.
All right, they cleared the broken down vehicle that was blocking the right lane at 35th Street. So heads up with that. They still have the accident at Mitchell Boulevard blocking the right lane on eastbound 94. We also have an accident northbound on 43 at Locust off on the right shoulder. So that's something to deal with as well. We got the southbound side slowing down from Silver Spring all the way down to Keefe. And then on 894 westbound, backing up out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to almost 92nd Street. So it's a big delay right now. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Rain likely today, although getting some reports of sunshine out there for the moment. There's a gap in things, but we can expect a little bit more. Thunder possible today as well. High of 54 degrees, mostly cloudy tonight. Breezy and chilly. Our low temperature gets down to 26. For Wednesday, clearing skies, high of 42. Mostly sunny on Thursday. Thursday's high 47. Split forecast for Friday. Partly cloudy, chance of rain at night. 45 degrees your high temperature at the lake, but about 10 degrees warmer if you're away from Lake Michigan for the high. And then Saturday, chance of rain in the morning, high of 48. Right now in Milwaukee, we're at 48 degrees. Brewers opening day just days away.
You like brunch?
Yeah, sure do. This week, Thursday, 12:10 is the first pitch. That game against the Mets in New York. The home opener a week from today, Tuesday afternoon, American Family Field.
Bullseye!
Talk about being out at the ballpark and name your sport. But I always like to say this is a show. Baseball is the main event, but there are so many other things that are a part of the show, from the concessions to the amenities to what happens in between innings, what contests or other things are running at the ballpark. And at the top of the pyramid for managing the team that puts on the whole rest of the show is Tom Hecht with the Brewers. He is Vice President for Consumer Experience, which is a fancy way of saying outside of what happens in the game, he's in charge. Tom, great to have you with us this morning.
Don't put so much pressure on me, Vince.
Right.
Man,
Too
that's
late.
a lot.
Anything that doesn't happen on the field is up to you, right?
Oh, and I welcome it. There's a lot of fun at the ballpark.
Well, we got to start here. I mean, we talked endlessly about the new replay board in center field in particular, another one near the home plate area. How big and how clear and cool is it right now? And more importantly, what is that going to enable your team, your in-game entertainment team, to be able to do to enhance that fan experience?
Well, the board itself is twice as large as our board that we had last year. The board last year was a little under 6,000 square feet. The board we have now is over 12,000 square feet. And that doesn't include, again, the secondary board that we have out in right field now, which we've never had before. And that's just a little under 3,000 square feet. Not only are they big, obviously, but they're the clearest boards in all of Major League Baseball. They're 8 millimeters in regards to the pixel. What that means is, like, there's only 8 millimeters between every little light bulb on the board, and it's the clearest in baseball. So there's more pixels on our board in center field than any other board in Major League Baseball. So the picture is going to be unbelievably clear and dynamic.
Talking with Tom Hecht with the Brewers. He is Vice President of Consumer Experience. On that, Tom, I've complimented your in-game entertainment team so many times because of the fun things that they can do, whether it's on the theme nights like the Star Wars nights, coming up with funny names for all the guys in the lineup, the various cams and all that. What's so interesting to folks behind the scenes, if you can watch that, there's like a script for what happens each and every moment outside of baseball, right?
Vince, we people always ask, what do you do in the off season? Like, we all sit around and we play checkers.
Yeah, it's good times
we are
over there.
planning. I mean, from the time the season ends until the next season begins, we are planning out everything. So, as an example, in the first couple of homestands of the season, we have a hockey night coming up at the end of the month of April. We're doing Bark at the Park at the very beginning of May. We're planning out all the in-game stuff that's going to tie around those things. It's not just, hey, come in and get a hockey jersey, a Brewers hockey jersey, but all the in-game stuff that we're going to do that day. We're going to tie some really fun stuff to it. At the end of the day, my take is, people come to the games for a lot of different reasons. There's a lot of people who come to the game and they bring their scorebook and they want to keep track of the game, and they're diehard fans, and we love them. But some people just come because they enjoy the social atmosphere. They enjoy tailgating. We want to make sure that we provide experiences for everybody. So for that fan that is so ingrained in the game, that secondary board is going to give us the opportunity to put more stats and more information than we've ever done before. But it's also going to allow us to enhance the show itself and do more fun things as well. So we really feel like there's something for everybody when they come to the ballpark.
I know it's going to be tough to top the Giannis jersey giveaway that the team had last year, but you got anything to tease for us? Anything maybe fans can expect for the upcoming season?
How about another Giannis basketball jersey giveaway?
Fine, sure. We'll take it.
You know what? It was it blew us away with how popular it was. And obviously, everybody loves Giannis because he's an owner of the Brewers. I mean, that's why they love him, right? So we're doing another jersey giveaway the first Saturday of the season. We're excited for that, but we have all sorts of giveaways that we're doing this year. Baseball jersey giveaways. We're doing, we have a puffy vest giveaway. There's all sorts of things that we're doing. Our calendar is up for people to see it, but we know people love to get the swag, and so we're going to provide a lot of it this season.
Tom Hecht with the Milwaukee Brewers. Tom, last thing for you. If there's one new attraction, whether it's the team store expansion and other options there, something new on the menu, something at J. Kugel's Barrel Yard, what is that must-see things for fans who haven't been to the yard since last season, need to go out and make sure that they see or try or taste?
must-see thing this year, Vince, is our partnerships with the folks from the 3rd Street Market Hall. We're opening up the 3rd Street Market Hall Annex. We're bringing in 4 of the top vendors from down at the 3rd Street Market Hall to work here. They have their own stands here. We're putting in games for people to play. We really feel like it's going to be a great area. People, one of the things that people love about the ballpark is the food. And we were recently voted the number 2 ballpark in all of baseball for food. But we're not sitting on our laurels. We're bringing in more things, more experiences. So the 3rd Street Market Hall, we think, is going to be a really dynamic area that people will enjoy. It's going to be located down the right field line in the loge level between the local Brews Bar and the other cocktail bar. So it's just going to be a great setting for people.
I like tailgating as much. I don't like tailgating as much as the next guy. I'll be honest with you, Tom. I don't eat in the parking lot. There's so much good food that I want to try in the stadium. I'll hang out. I'll throw bags. I'll have a couple of beers, but I save my stomach for when I get inside. Tom Hector with the Milwaukee Brewers.
You're ready for a second bite.
Yeah, he is Vice President for Consumer Experience. Brewers and Mets 12-10 Thursday to start the season. The home opener in American Family Field a week from today against the Twins.
We'd be better off listening to adhesive tape.
Oh, come on, Bob. That's going to be a good game. Rain. We've got the business headlines coming up next with the Milwaukee Business Journal's Rich Kirchen.
Northwestern Mutual expands its footprint in downtown Milwaukee. The insurer confirms an agreement to buy the recently closed University Club with its prime Lake Michigan views and posh history. Johnson Controls declines to comment on a new report that its York HVAC business is attracting possible buyers. Reuters says they include Bosch, Lennox, and Samsung. Caledonia in northern Racine County could get 254 new homes under a proposal from Bear Real Estate. The developer seeks up to $29 million from the village for a project on 5.5 Mile Road. I'm Rich Kirchen with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
This report is sponsored by Diamonds Direct. Your love, their passion.
Okay, I'm ready to record my jewelry store's new radio spot. We got a great script that really goes after Diamonds Direct and how they're nothing special and how we can match their price. Great stuff. Yeah.
Great. And we have this new technology that bleeps out any false claims, so it saves us time with editing. So you can start anytime.
Okay, here goes. When you visit our jewelry store, we'll absolutely guarantee direct. Our diamonds come straight from the mine. We have cutters and Hey, what the
The hard truth is that other jewelry stores simply can't do what Diamonds Direct can. Diamonds Direct has special relationships with De Beers, international connections, and virtually unlimited buying power. The result is true direct importer pricing, exceptional quality, and up to 30 times the diamond selection you find at other stores.
I can't believe this thing won't let me say
Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. Get more truth at diamondsdirect.com.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scavidi here for Heiser Automotive. I love talking about Heiser. I've had the great fortune of driving their vehicles for the last 5 years. Right now, driving a 2023 Ford Explorer XLT, perfect for our spring weather. Rain doesn't matter. Auto start-stop technology, 10-speed automatic transmission, terrain management system, all get you to your destination safely and in perfect style. That's Ford. 23 combined city and highway mileage. Awesome for an SUV. All their great programs. How about this? Safe and sound, all new and used vehicles. Vehicle exchange, don't love it? Exchange it. Roadside assistance for life. They will take care of whatever you need, whenever you need it. All available at Heiser.com or their great on-site locations, 5 of them in the southeastern Wisconsin area. Great inventory, easy to work with, great customer service. Whatever your needs are this spring, go to Heiser, online, in person. That's why they say every day, today's your day.
Tonight, the Buck Show LA, what a real lake looks like.
It's Lopez, rinse and repeat. Another 3 for the Bucks.
The Bucks-Lakers coverage starts tonight at 6 on your home of the Milwaukee Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
8:02, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News, Tuesday, March 26th. Our top story. Starting to learn more about a major bridge collapse in Baltimore.
I'm Adam Roberts. Not everyone's sad to see you go.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. We do have eastbound 94 at 13th Street, a new accident. It's off on the left shoulder. Eastbound at 35th Street still has the right lane blocked with the crash there, so that's backing things up all the way back to 84th Street. We've got northbound 43 with a crash at Locust off on the right shoulder. Slow speeds all the way up from Fond du Lac Avenue up past the scene. Southbound on 43 also backing up between Silver Spring and Keefe. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Rainy today, although a break in the rain right now for much of southeast Wisconsin. Thunder on the way as well. Windy, high of 54. Tonight, low down to 26. Right now at 48 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center.
Already ships are backing up into the Atlantic Ocean looking for other ports, heading to New York, to Newport. This is going to be a major problem for cargo on the East Coast.
And a major rescue effort underway in Baltimore after the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge early this morning. Cargo ship rammed into one of the bridge pillars, causing the collapse of the middle portion. ABC News Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas reports a federal investigation already underway.
We're told that the FBI is on the scene. The preliminary information is pointing to an accident, according to our sources. But they cannot take any chances, so the FBI will be conducting a background check on the captain and crew to make sure they understand everything there is to know about where they came from, what their activities are, because they cannot leave anything to chance until they know for certain that this was, in fact, an accident.
Right now, they say 7 people still missing from that accident, and there may have been efforts made by the ship's crew to notify bridge officials before they hit that pillar.
Back at home, the Fond du Lac County Sheriff's deputy who shot and killed a man will not face any charges. Investigators say Deputy Blaine Evans was involved in a case with Kyle Massey, who was being investigated for sexual assault last October. They say Massey got out of his car with a gun and that he and Evans started shooting at each other. Massey ran away after that exchange, authorities later determining he died by suicide. Evans' canine was also shot and injured during the incident. He is on his way to recovering.
Authorities encouraging folks to talk with elderly family members about their ability to drive. After an 85-year-old crashed into a squad car in Caledonia, 91-year-old killed a pedestrian in West Dallas in a hit-and-run. Retired City of Racine Police Sergeant Michael Ackley telling TMJ4 News, conversation isn't an easy one to have, but you got to do it.
I think that 8 years between re-upping your license is, in my opinion, too far for anybody. I pulled my mom's license and keys and car from her when I found out she was having passing out episodes.
According to Wisconsin law, drivers over 65 must visit a DMV office to renew their license every 8 years. Wisconsin does not require retesting for driver's licenses based on age alone.
Wisconsin Congressman Mike Gallagher won't be missed by all of his former colleagues when he leaves office next month. Gallagher announcing his intention to resign April 19th, a date that comes after Wisconsin would be able to hold a special election to fill his seat. Fellow Republican Representative Glenn Grothman calling Gallagher's decision, quote, inexcusable during an interview with WTMJ's Spanning the State.
We won't be able to fill the slot till next January 3rd. So that part of the state, Appleton, Green Bay, that area, is not going to have a congressman during that time, and nobody will be able to vote.
In order for the state to hold a special election to fill the empty seat, Gallagher would officially have to be out of office by April 2nd.
Federal authorities raided 2 properties owned by music mogul Sean Diddy Combs Monday. This follows a series of lawsuits accusing him of sexual misconduct. CBS News correspondent Carter Evans reports from Los Angeles.
Homeland Security agents raiding rap mogul Sean Combs' Los Angeles and Miami homes on Monday. You could see them with guns drawn walking into one of his properties. 2 men were led out of his California home in handcuffs. Law enforcement sources confirmed to CBS News the raids are part of a possible sex trafficking probe.
Combs and his lawyer regarding this have not commented on the allegations.
Coming up, sometimes bigger can be better.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:06.
News is sponsored by BBC Lighting. Thousands of specialty light fixtures, open Monday through Saturday.
Hi folks, this is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting.
With spring in the air, a young man's fancy turns to ceiling fans. And at BBC, he'll see all the best quality fans and their newest styles. The new fan electronics provide a great method of moving air, and with LED lights, they use less electricity than ever. We have fans in all sizes, from 24 to 96 inches wide, and their motors are warranted for life. At BBC, we advise you on the right fan for your needs, and our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. We're open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturday 10 to 4 and located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue across from Sobelman's and Bachman Furniture, all near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GIFT for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. That's promo code GIFT.
Signing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:08.
This didn't take long. Could be an about-face for the food truck situation on Capitol Drive. Milwaukee Alderman Lamont Westmoreland has crafted a proposal creating a designated food truck zone along West Capitol in Milwaukee. It would limit the number of food vendor vehicles that would be parked along the road while attempting to ensure safety during business operations. Milwaukee Common Council just banned food truck sales along Capitol Drive effective March 16th. They cited traffic safety and littering concerns as the primary reasons. Alderman Westmoreland hopes the established food truck zone could begin this summer.
Forbes has listed Milwaukee as 5th on its list of up-and-coming tech cities in the U.S. Senior advisor for the Metropolitan Milwaukee Association of Commerce, Tim Sheehy, credits technology jobs within established industries in the region.
We have more jobs per capita in manufacturing than any other metro in the U.S., with the exception of San Jose. But all those manufacturing jobs now have big components of technology in them, big components of automation, big components of AI. So that means that we're going to lift our technology ranking just based on what we do here.
Sheehy believes the rising pool of tech talent led to Microsoft deciding to build its next data center right here in southeast Wisconsin.
Brewers home opener a week away from today at American Family Field in Milwaukee. Brewers Chief Operating Officer Marty Wronski telling Wisconsin's Morning News, obviously the biggest change fans will notice is the new giant monster vision.
We are now, it's called full bleed, but the video where there used to be the static signage around the frame, still got our sponsors up there, but it's all in video now, so that can change and we can go to full video when we want to.
Scoreboard, replay board, President of Business Operations Rick Schlesinger telling Wisconsin's Midday News the sheer size of this screen is it's not about distraction.
We're going to have a lot of opportunities to display stats, a lot of video, a lot more messaging, a lot more fun content in a way that I think is going to be tasteful, not take away from the game of the field, but really enhance the experience here.
This is still going to hit you in the face pretty hard when that first...
It's super cool, too. They put out a video, the Brewers did, that you can see on our website, WTMJ.com, where they show like the old County Stadium scoreboard in the footprint of this new replay board. And then when they max it out and show you, it is stunning how much bigger and how much clearer this thing is.
Yeah, you and I were both watching that in the newsroom, and our eyes both said, whoa, okay.
It's going to be super cool. 8:10 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after, an in-depth recap of every Bucks game in 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 provides game recaps for every game. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis.
Puts it on the floor, spins down the lane, and plunges it through.
Or the deep threes from Dame.
Dame time has arrived with 107.
Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Annex Wealth Management. Investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning from a fee-only fiduciary. Forget commission sales pitches and financial products you don't need. Know the difference. Annex provides elite, comprehensive financial planning customized to who you are and what you need. AnnexWealth.com.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it.
The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, where you'll get the industry's hands-down best lifetime workmanship warranty on your new roof. And now free annual inspections.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Brave Americans who served shouldn't be denied benefits or have a disability claim incorrectly evaluated by the VA. If you're one of those vets, call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Checking in with Debbie here at 8:12.
All right, well, we got some problems. Northbound 43, an accident off on the right shoulder at about Locust. That's going to be tying things up back to North Avenue, basically. It continues heavy all the way up to Keefe. Southbound side is going to be slow from just before Hampton Avenue down to Keefe. We've also got an issue eastbound 94 at Mitchell Boulevard. The right lane's still blocked with a crash there. And then another one at 13th Street off on the left shoulder. All this adds up to a delay all the way back to 84th Street. We've also got westbound slowing down out of the Marquette all the way past Mitchell Boulevard. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Rain likely today, and I know a lot of folks getting in on a gap right now. Expect more rain to follow. And a high of 54 degrees today, mostly cloudy tonight, breezy and chilly. Tonight's low down to 26. Right now, 48 in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's your host, Vince Vitrano.
Just about 8:14 on this Tuesday morning, Wisconsin's Morning News. Adam Roberts is in for Eric through the week. Want to look ahead to this fall. A year from now, the Marcus Performing Arts Center dropped its season lineup for 24-25. It's going to be long and fantastic. The PAC, the PAC, as the kids called it back in the day.
How you do, fellow kids?
Well, you're going to see at the PAC. Released its Broadway musical schedule for the 24-25 season. It opens October 1st.
I'm on the bench, but coach, just put me in the game. All you gotta do is say my name.
I don't know your name.
Well, I can't say it.
Say it 3 times. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. October 1st through the 6th. Coming to the Marcus Performing Arts Center, part of an 8-show lineup this coming season, actually goes into next summer. Let's break it down. Katie Korek, friend of the program and communications manager for United Performing Arts Fund, in studio with us. Now, I've invited you in a non-official capacity, Katie.
That is true.
As UPAF supports many of the arts groups that do perform at the Marcus Center. Wanted to talk specifically, and those would be, the ballet, Florentine Opera.
First Stage,
all at the Marcus Center. But this is sort of outside that purview because it's the Broadway season that's a traveling shows that go all over the country. And since you see, all of the shows in New York and in Chicago and, of course, here in town, thought I'd get some interesting thoughts from you. First of all, Beetlejuice, not familiar with the show, obviously the movie I know, but the music is phenomenal.
The music is phenomenal. I saw Beetlejuice in New York, and unlike you, I did not know anything about it. I had never seen the movie. I knew literally nothing about the storyline. I ended up winning tickets to the ticket lottery. So I was like, okay, let's go see Beetlejuice.
You don't pay full price to go to theater, do you?
No, there is great lotteries and there's discounts. There's so many good opportunities to save on tickets here, Chicago, New York, all of the places. And it's a really fun show. The special effects are amazing. Going down into the netherworlds are so cool. The sandworm alone. That's just, it's an amazing kind of fun thing, that unexpected thing that pops up. And yeah, it's a really entertaining, fun show that will just leave you smiling, truly.
I'll run through the list here real quick, and then we'll pick out a couple of other these to talk about. Elf the Musical, that's going to be over the holidays, or just as we approach the holidays, so that comes late November. Chicago, The Book of Mormon, A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond Musical. Annie is squeezed in there for a short run. MJ, really want to talk to you about that. And then Wicked will be back. And this is interesting, July 30th through August 17th. So a really long run for Wicked, which has been here in Milwaukee multiple times. But in addition to the fact that it's a long run, a summer show, I don't know that we've seen that
I remember there have been some shows in June, maybe early July, but not July, August time. That is, I mean, there's a lot going on in the summer in Milwaukee, so I feel like sometimes maybe the Marcus Center is a little shy to schedule programming at that time, but everyone's going to go see Wicked, so why not? Have that.
So you've got your Wicked shirt on.
Yes, I'm
so
sporting.
Where all have you seen that?
I have seen Wicked in Milwaukee and Chicago and New York. This was the very first show, like professional Broadway show I saw. I was like 6th or 7th grade. I went down to Chicago when they were in residency down there, because after New York, that was one of the first places that they held on residency, and that lasted for many, many years in Chicago. So I have a soft spot for Wicked. It's one of my very, very favorites. I think that is a musical that, whether you're a musical theater fan or not, every single person should see Wicked.
Well, because you know the story. So this is like, everybody loves an origin story, right?
Exactly.
So this is Wizard of Oz, but what happened before.
Yes, before Dorothy dropped in.
Super cool and interesting story.
I always wonder, Katie, there's so many musicals for every company and organization to mince through and choose what they're going to have for their lineup, and everyone can't make it. How do you mince down what shows go into every calendar season?
I mean, that's a great question. I have seen in recent years, obviously, I'm not an official capacity with the Marcus Center, so they have their thing. But there's usually a good mix of kind of true musical theater ones. There's ones that are based on movies. The jukebox musical is a really big deal right now, and you see a couple of those in this season. And it's also a matter of what else is going on in the area, because Milwaukee is not the only one within driving distance to have these shows. So you can see these shows in some capacity in Milwaukee, in Madison, in Appleton, in Chicago. So I think it's a major puzzle piece to get all these together of who's doing what when and what is going to resonate the most.
What's missing from the lineup? I mean, what's hot right now that we wish we could have gotten?
I would love to see, there's 4 of the 5 Tony nominees from last year for Best Musical are starting national tours this year. They're going to be in some places around our area. One's like Some Like It Hot, based on the 50s movie with Marilyn Monroe.
Okay.
Shucked, a musical about corn. Nothing else to say.
Inexplicably is very popular.
It's hilarious.
Who doesn't love corn?
There's Anne Juliet, which is a jukebox musical with Max Martin songs, and then Kimberly Akimbo, the last Tony Award winner for Best Musical.
I want to ask you about something else, because you mentioned the technical aspects and the special effects in Beetlejuice. When we were in New York for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, we saw Back to the Future. I did want to see MJ, but it was kind of like, look, I'm in New York. You got to see the Back to the Future. But it is so tech heavy, and I find myself divided. Like, in one hand, the tech is really cool, the special effects and all, but it also is like, am I at a musical or am I at a movie, or what? Like, what am I at? And it's an interesting sort of crossroads that Broadway finds itself in right now.
I think there's more shows like that, because from what you've said, Back to the Future is like that. Beetlejuice is totally like that. Somewhere, I mean, storyline alone like a movie, but also the special effects, it feels different. You look at Six, the musical, which was here a year or two ago, totally sold out run. That's the same. You feel like you're in a concert about Henry VIII's wives. It's kind of wild, but they're finding just every kind of storyline, every pop culture phenomenon to make musicals out of nowadays, which is really cool. And it brings a new kind of audience to the theater, which I think is really important.
So this is a mix as well. We talk about the work that you do with United Performing Arts Fund, and that's supporting our local arts groups that use talent locally. They bring talent in from all over the country to produce their shows, whether we're talking about the Rep, First Stage helping our youth and the great productions that they do. Of course, Black Arts MKE even among those that perform at the Marcus Center. So, like, how do we sort of balance this as fans who want to see our local arts groups fare well, but also want to see these traveling musicals?
You know, I think there is definitely a
only
place.
So much money to go around.
There's
right?
only so much money to go around. I do think there's a place for both in every city, because they thrive on each other. Because the people who are going to the Broadway shows of the Marcus Center are seeing the promotions for these local performances. They're seeing the rack cards. They're seeing the posters in the lobbies. And same goes the other way around. They both, at the end of the day, the theater and performing arts in general have such a positive impact on our community, both socially, through education, and just as an economic driver. So whether you're going to a local show or a Broadway tour, you are parking, you are going to eat beforehand, you're going to get drinks after. it's all part of this greater ecosystem in our city, and they're all very important.
And if you like a musical, the Rep's been producing at least 1-2 a year. Skylight,
yes.
of course, is musical based, and we'll do some of these other titles as well. So we look for. I don't think Skylight's out with. Are they out with their schedule?
Just came out on Saturday.
What did I miss? All right, anything hot there?
You got to get on it.
Well, From Here to Eternity just started over there. Or it's coming
Yeah.
up in about a week. Tech starts on Saturday.
Yes.
Katie, great to see you, and I appreciate all the work that you do with United Performing Arts Fund, and appreciate your work just as an aficionado today.
Thank you.
You're our arts consultant. Is
I
that a
do
good
my
title?
best. I love that.
Yes. Subscriber packages on sale now. Individual show tickets will go on sale later this year for the Broadway season at the Marcus Performing Arts Center, opening in October with Beetlejuice, and of course ending with Wicked. How about that, Debbie? You like them apples?
Oh, yeah, you
Anything
betcha.
in there? Anything in there you're
I
gonna
want
go
to see Book of Mormon.
I still haven't seen that yet. I got to get to that.
Yeah, well, this season we went and saw Clue, which was funny. And then we also saw Shrek that was in just this last
That was just
weekend.
here,
So, yeah, so it was cute. Alrighty, on the roads. Yeesh, we've got an accident eastbound 94 at Mitchell Boulevard. They've still got that up on the board with the right lane blocked, but I'm not seeing I'm seeing delays, but not actually seeing the crash, so I think it may have been cleared up. We do still have the other accident on 94 eastbound at 13th Street off on the left shoulder as you're making your way into the Marquette. On the flip side, it's going to be slow out of the Marquette all the way to Mitchell Boulevard, and southbound 43 slowing from Hampton down past Keefe. Northbound's going to be slow right around North Avenue all the way up to Keefe, with accident nestled in there right about at Locust off on the right shoulder. And then, of course, we've got your delays on westbound 894 out of the Mitchell interchange to Forest Home. And don't forget, while you're out navigating the roads as quickly and safely as possible, if you do happen to see something we should know about, call the WTMJ Hall Volkswagen Traffic Tip Line at 414-238-9329. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Here's to sweet summer days together with friends and family in Wisconsin. To discovering magic in every moment.
Come on, over here.
And to reconnecting through a world filled with wonder.
Wow.
Here's to supper club celebrations and dancing until the sun goes down. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Plan your summer getaway at travelwisconsin.com.
Hey, Eric Bilstead here from Wisconsin's Morning News. So you're thinking about hitting the gym, eh? Or perhaps taking up jogging again, but you're worried. That achy knee, am I right? And you have no interest in surgery. Call QC Kinetics now. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. So that means getting back to exercising, maybe even running, or even playing 18 holes again, pain-free. QC Kinetics offers an all-natural solution, no pain pills, and no risky surgery. Reclaim your mobility today. Fix that tennis swing or go back to the gym and know that you won't be dealing with achy joints afterward. Take action now and live your best life this spring and summer. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. QC Kinetics.
Join veteran political strategists Donna Brazil and Ana Navarro on April 9th for an animated political discussion at UWM Waukesha. Donna Brazil is a New York Times best-selling author, former interim chair of the DNC, and ran Al Gore's presidential campaign in 2000. Ana Navarro was national co-chair of John McCain's Hispanic Advisory Council and worked on his 2008 campaign. Presented by the Tommy G. Thompson Center on Public Leadership, a political evening with Donna Brazil and Ana Navarro at UWM Waukesha. Learn more at uwm.edu/politics 2024.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve's Committee for Universal Windows Direct. Call Universal Windows Direct today, 414-410-2000. For every 2 windows you buy, get 2 free. Buy 2, get 2. Buy 4, get 4. Buy 20, get 20. No limits. Plus, we'll upgrade your new windows to triple pane glass for free. Extra protection from the elements. Call 414-410-2000. Schedule your free in-home estimate today. For every 2 windows you buy, get the next 2 free. Tell them I told you to call, and you get $250 off your order. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Tune in on Sundays at 10 a.m. for the AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show. Join AccuNet's Brian and David Wickert for the most up-to-date information on mortgage trends, along with timely news on the real estate market. The housing market is in flux, but the national headlines don't often fit local market conditions. Find out what's really happening on the front lines of real estate and mortgage financing in Wisconsin and make better decisions by tuning in every Sunday at 10 a.m. The AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show with Brian and David Wickert on WTMJ.
.826 Wisconsin's Morning News. If you work odd hours, as we here on the morning show do.
Yes, sir.
I wonder if this is a thing for others. Your traditional third shifters or your folks who, we're not really third shift, but we're not really first shift. We're up kind of in the middle of the night.
I think they call us hybrid workers.
Sure, something like that. Yeah, early risers anyway, nonetheless. I can eat anything at any hour of the day.
Right there with you.
So the other morning I had nachos for breakfast.
That sounds amazing.
Like salsa and everything. Wife's like, what are we doing here? And I love breakfast. I'll eat breakfast anytime as well. So we are thrilled this morning because we have Palermo's in the house.
Yes, we do.
One of our great partners here at WTMJ.
Wise man say, forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
So for whatever reason, they have promised to visit all of the shows this week on WTMJ. It's our turn right now on Wisconsin's Morning News. Tough luck for Eric, who is off this week. So, Adam, you will be our taster.
Yes, sir.
And what has Palermo's brought us this morning?
So we have a couple of nice samplers today, Vince. I will start with a style of crust that many in Milwaukee are very familiar with, the Cracker Thin.
You betcha.
Tavern-style pepperoni, a company after my heart, my
Now, listen,
favorite.
There's nothing wrong with a deep crust, and that's real good. But the thin crust, if you had to ask me for a go-to, let me get a real thin crust so I can really get into the toppings.
Yeah, let's see if we can do some ASMR. Oh, yeah. And no problems here.
Okay, this is the tavern-style pepperoni cracker thin crust, okay? Mm-hmm. All good there. And what else has Palermo's brought us this morning?
We have got the Screamin' Sicilian I'm Single. No, I'm not. Pepperoni pizza. Looks fantastic.
I'm
not
single.
I am a happily engaged man. Thank you very much. Let's see. Well, let's see.
Different style crust there, right?
Right. A little more give to this one, and that's more my style.
Give, he reports.
Little give on the crust.
Outstanding job tasting. Hungry for pizza? Who isn't? Screamin' Sicilian premium frozen pizza ranked the best of the best by Sporked.com. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and taste what all the screamin' is about.
Isn't this great? Blue skies, pizza, couple of dudes just hanging.
Hey there, Eric Bilstead for Tri-County Contracting. It's your go-to company. You know the ones for the worry-free roof tune-up. They extend the life of your roof. But not only that, Tri-County Contracting does offer an exclusive 1110 program. What it means is after roofing your house, Chuck and the crew will offer 11 inspections over 10 years for free. Routine maintenance for a decade for free. Learn more about the 1110 program on their website, TriCountyContractingWI.com.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. Whether you're ready to hit the road, tackle the yard, or start a new project, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like 36-pound bags of Estate Crabgrass Preventer with lawn fertilizer, $32.99. All Trico wiper blades, 20% off for rewards members. Save 10% on assorted JMF plumbing supplies. Plus, with Easter just around the corner, get 20% off assorted Easter candy. We get you outdoors because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. When it comes to painting, don't do it yourself. Call the pros at your local neighborhood Certa Pro painters. That's what we did. Certa Pro came out, gave us choices, walked us through the process, and then when they were there, it was quick, it was easy. Our home is beautiful. Excellent workmanship all the way around. It's Certa Pro painters. Each Certa Pro painter's business is independently owned and operated right here in Wisconsin. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose Certa Pro painters.
Is it time to give your home a new look?
Absolutely.
Get personal care from Adair. Adair Floors and Remodeling has a design team ready to help with all flooring and remodeling needs, including tub to shower conversions. Want to create your dream kitchen, including cabinets? How about the rec room? Adair Floors and Remodeling has been family run in Franklin for over 65 years. For floors and all home remodeling needs, get personal care from Adair. Adair Floors and Remodeling, South 27th Street in Franklin, and online at adairfloors.com.
The Original Botanas Restaurant. Delectable entrees, 50 top shelf tequilas, 20 different margarita flavors. Stop by for lunch or before or after the big game. The Original Botanas on 5th Street.
That's Botanas.
Traffic is sponsored by Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee. Milwaukee Mattress, where top quality mattresses are priced hundreds less than premium national mattress brands. Found exclusively at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown Milwaukee.
8:31, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News, Tuesday, March 26th. Our top story. Rescue efforts continue at the site of a collapsed bridge in Baltimore.
I'm Adam Roberts. No jail time for a Fond du Lac sheriff who shot and killed an individual.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, still dealing with an accident northbound 43 at Locust off on the right shoulder. Another accident eastbound 94 at Mitchell Boulevard, still has that right lane blocked. And then we've got one at 13th Street on 94 eastbound off on the left shoulder. Both of these creating a bit of a backup, right basically from 76th Street all the way into the Marquette. Westbound on 894 out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to Forest Home. We did have an accident around 68th Street, but that looks to have been taken off the freeway. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, high of 54 degrees. Rain likely later once again today. We're in a little bit of a break for the most part in southeast Wisconsin. Tonight's low down to 26. Right now at 51 in Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center this morning, Coast Guard teams rushing to the scene of a major bridge collapse in Baltimore. It was a massive cargo ship that struck the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Happened about 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, so about midnight our time, bringing one of the city's major highways to a total standstill. ABC's Terry Moran is on scene this morning.
12 million vehicles traversed this bridge before it came down per year, but that hour, construction workers on the bridge and the normal 1 a.m. traffic. This is a major artery for Baltimore, so there obviously would have been some cars on that bridge, but it is a small blessing that this didn't happen now during rush hour.
On scene, they're saying 7 people remain missing from the accident. There may have been efforts made by the ship's crew to notify bridge officials before they ended up hitting that support beam.
The Fond du Lac County Sheriff's deputy who shot and killed a man will not face any charges. Investigators say Deputy Blaine Evans involved in a chase with Kyle Massey. Massey was being investigated for sexual assault last October. Investigators say Massey got out of his car during the chase with a gun and that he and Evans began shooting at each other. Massey ran away after the exchange, authorities later determining that he died by suicide. Evans' canine was also shot and injured during the incident and is recovering.
2 students and a teacher, Ruthie Walls in Little Rock Central High School, have sued Arkansas over the state's ban on critical race theory in public schools. The legal challenge comes from the state's decision last year that advanced placement course on African American studies would not count towards state credit.
Initially, I was shocked, but I turned around and I quickly gathered my thoughts, and I went back to my room to start preparing. I knew I had 100 students showing up, and regardless of what the state did, those students were coming Monday, and they deserve an education.
The Central High School in Little Rock is the site of the historic 1957 racial desegregation case.
Back at home, it's been nearly 4 years since the start of the COVID pandemic, and Milwaukee as a region during that period lost roughly 115,000 jobs. Senior advisor for the Metropolitan Milwaukee Association of Commerce, Tim Sheehy, tells Wisconsin's Midday News.
We've added back about, I think it's 91% of the jobs. So we've added back 103,000 jobs, roughly 26,000 a year, and we're only 10,000 short of where we were 4 years ago.
Sheehy says the biggest challenge to full recovery is hiring enough workers for available jobs.
Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management market update. Green lights across the board as Wall Street now open. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 41 points to 39,355. The S&P 500 52.33. That's up about 16 points so far. The NASDAQ up as well, up 81 points to 16,466. It's a great time for your retirement and investment strategy review from a fee-only fiduciary. Go to annexwealth.com, click on the Get Started button now.
Coming up, eggs and high prices. Wait, haven't we done this before?
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:35.
This report is sponsored by Diamonds Direct. Your love, their passion.
What's wrong with Rick? He's kind of spacey today.
That's Rick's identical twin, Scott. He's not used to answering to Rick.
What's going on?
Rick asked me to keep it secret, but he asked his twin to cover his shift so he could go to Diamonds Direct to shop.
But this is a jewelry store.
Yeah, I know, but the prices and selection are so much better at Diamonds Direct. Rick doesn't want the boss to get suspicious, so Scott's here in case the boss sees Rick at Diamonds Direct.
But that would mean that the boss is at Diamonds Direct too?
Yeah, we have a lot of secrets.
You never know who you'll run into at Diamonds Direct. With unbeatable direct importer prices, the highest quality diamonds, the most sought-after designer rings, the best customer service, the strongest guarantees in the industry. It's just a no-brainer.
You think if Scott had a mustache, would he look like me?
No.
Go where everyone else goes. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Well, what if I shaved?
Still no.
For store hours, directions, and more, go to diamondsdirect.com.
Spectrum Business is made to work like your small business. Made to do it all with fast, ultra-reliable internet, phone, and mobile services. And made to work with a small business budget. Get 600 megabit per second business internet for just $49.99 a month for 1 year with select bundles. Plus, get an unlimited mobile line for free. Visit spectrum.com/work to lock in this deal now. Learn more at spectrum.com/work. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. If you've got water in your house, you need Guthrie and Fry. We've got their water softener. We get their salt delivery. We've got reverse osmosis that protects the water in our house. They've got the best people. They've got the best products. It's Guthrie and Fry. They treat their clients like their family. I feel that every time they're in our house, you need Guthrie and Fry. Fixed rental rates, convenient salt delivery programs. It's gfwater.com.
Better water makes a big difference. Guthrie and Fry.
8:38 Wisconsin's Morning News this Tuesday morning.
Vince, didn't we already go through eggs and prices rising?
Yes.
And didn't we all collectively say enough is enough? Let's just leave it and never have it get that bad again?
we did go through this.
Well, apparently now it's back again.
For the second year in a row, egg prices are high in many parts of the world. They've come down from the soaring highs we saw last year at this time when the average price for a dozen was $4.21. This year, it's $2.99, still high when compared to the $1.59 a dozen in 2021. Avian flu is one of the issues driving prices up. It's affected millions of birds in this country alone, and inflation has put a squeeze on most farmers. And some are facing higher expenses as they go cage-free. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
It does kind of feel like it's just, pick your food this week that's going to be suddenly on the rise. And it's, of course, we got Easter coming up here, so apt timing, I suppose, for that industry.
Well, and one way to look at it is, okay, eggs are $1 more. What do you buy, a dozen or whatever, so $1 a week. Except, how many things have eggs in it? So it's about eggs as sort of an ingredient in so many other things that can help elevate the cost of all those other products you buy. So story to continue watching. 8:39 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Debbie, what do you see on the roads? He said.
Oh, mic on.
Hello?
Mic on. Debbie, turn the mic on. There we go. We got an accident on the off-ramp from 94 eastbound to 35th Street. That's going to be causing some issues. Of course, the other issue that we had was the accident eastbound on 94 at Mitchell Boulevard that was blocking the right lane. Another one on northbound 43 at Locust still being worked on off on the right shoulder. Now, we've got delays on eastbound 94 from before Holly Road all the way through the stadium interchange to about 16th Street. The westbound side is slowing from about 25th Street through the stadium. And then on westbound 894, backed up out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to Forest Home. That is that construction delay. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
I'm going to say it again. Our mission is to protect and uphold our reputation. And what that means is wherever we go, we make it better for those in need of our services and the great people we have working with us. Our reputation matters. Over the years, we've cut our losses with a handful of people that just didn't live our values as much as we'd like. And a lot of them, if not all of them, still work in the industry today. I say this because I want you to know when you work with Semper Fi, character counts. It's why you can count on the industry's hands-down best lifetime workmanship warranty that now includes free annual inspections. And it's why we always have one project manager per job, which is absolutely not the industry standard. When you're paying for a brand new roof to go on what's likely the biggest investment you have, you want it done right, and you want to be able to count on the people doing it. This is Brad Youngworth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
How'd you like to have me pave your parking lot? Seriously. Now, I would do a good job. Don't you be skeptical on that. I think
I'm open to suggestions.
All right. Well, if you weren't, we could just hang out.
Okay. That sounds good, too.
We have a contest going right now with our partners at WTMJ. Johnson & Sons Paving. It's pothole season, the brutal back and forth with the temperatures. That's what turns those small little cracks and tiny little holes into big old potholes and fissures in your commercial parking lot or your paved surface. You want Johnson & Sons out there to fix those potholes this spring or repave the whole thing. Here's the contest. If you book a parking lot paving project by the end of May with Johnson & Sons Paving, you are entered to win the Vinny Visit. I have committed to helping the Johnson & Sons team on your job site. And if that doesn't sound like, good to you, then we can just sit around and chat. I'll bring coffee, but I promise I would do a good job under the supervision of the Johnson & Sons team. Go to WTMJ.com/contests for more information on how to enter. Asphalt and concrete. Plenty of Johnsons over there. No subcontractors. Except for me, JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
The historic Fox and Hound Supper Club is hiring positive, upbeat bartenders. You'll make great cash. New expo and food runners are also valued. Parents and grandparents, tell your kids. Inquire today. Start next week. Visit foxandhoundsrestaurants.com.
Why are people saying Hugh yeah to Jackson Hewitt? Find out before it's too late. Hurry into Jackson Hewitt today.
Open your minds for this next segment. Ancient Aliens Live Project Earth is coming to the Pabst Theater this week. The show is March 29th, and we're sending you there as well. More on that in a moment. What is this show? It's a live adaptation. If you know the show on the History Channel, it's a live adaptation sort of that, where they talk about ancient alien theorists, ancient astronaut theorists. Giorgio Tsoukalos is one of the hosts that you might recognize. He's going to be in town. And for the skeptics, here's how he described what they talk about.
If you entertain the idea of the ancient astronaut theory, then, every person has to be ready to look at these ancient texts and ancient monuments from our perspective.
Nick Pope is also part of the show. He's going to be here in Milwaukee this week. He is a UFO investigator on the Tri-County Contracting Hotline with us this morning. Nick, thanks so much. Really appreciate your time.
Thanks. Good morning.
So first tell us about the live show. For folks who are fans of your work and Ancient Aliens on History Channel, how do you bring that to this live presentation?
It's going to be like a greatest hits of Ancient Aliens. And so all your favorite historical mysteries, whether it's Stonehenge, the pyramids, we're going to be taking people back in time all around the world and then bridging the gap with the modern UFO mystery and everything going on now in the government with Congress pushing for answers on this.
I want to ask you about that. Actually, let's do that first, and then we can back up and talk a little more about the show, because you talked about Congress. We had testimony before Congress, sworn testimony late last year, military intelligence personnel claiming that not only does our government have knowledge of intelligent life elsewhere, but that we have interacted with it and even, in fact, used alien tech to reverse engineer our own stuff. All true?
We don't know. That's the short answer. And that's why
tell me the answer,
in
Nick.
Congress, both in the Senate and the House, the intelligence committees, the armed services committees, the oversight committees are really trying to get the government to say, look, what do you know about all this? Let's get all these whistleblowers into the secure classified areas where they can reveal this. And then we can hopefully find out what's true and what isn't.
Nick, I'm curious, for these live shows, do you get a pretty healthy mix of people who are already into this world? They're excited about it. They know a lot about the world of UFOs and alien extraterrestrial life. Do you get a mix, though, of people who come to the show thinking, I'm not entirely sold, but I could be convinced potentially?
Absolutely, yes. It's a real mix. We get the super fans for sure who know the show probably better than we do. But then we do get the newbies, the people who say, okay, persuade me, and then we get a sort of third a group of people who just say, a live show is great fun, and we do have fun with it, by the way, sometimes at each other's expense, even.
Talking with Nick Pope, he's going to be here for the live adaptation of the History Channel show, Ancient Aliens Live, Project Earth. It's coming on Friday. Nick, I imagine, one thing that you do that is so important is not so much even talk about things that we don't know the answers to, but also you go back and sort of myth bust or rumor bust. You look at things that are traditional stories like Roswell or something like that and say, nah, this here didn't happen. Here are the facts about that.
Yes, I think we're constantly reevaluating what we know about the past, whether it's things like Roswell, and we had quite a skeptical report from the Pentagon about 2 weeks ago trying to sort out some of the facts from the fiction. And also with archaeology, it seems every week there's a new story about uncovering more lost cities under the jungles where they've kind of fallen into ruin and things, and we're pushing back always the timeline of human history and finding out new things about our mysterious past.
Talking with Nick Pope, he's going to be part of the show coming to Milwaukee this week. He is a UFO investigator. You have one thing, Nick, that's going to blow our minds this morning. Anything you can say with any level of certainty that says to the folks listening right now, yep, we are being visited, we have been visited?
I can't give people a smoking gun, though, as I say, Congress is working on trying to deliver that. But what I can promise is an interesting and fun evening where hopefully people will go away and think, that's interesting. I hadn't thought of that before.
At least ask the question. Nick, I really appreciate it. Enjoy your time in Milwaukee. We'll send a few more people to the show for you.
Thank you very much.
That's Nick Pope. He's going to be part of the show. And if you want to go, we've got 2 tickets for caller number 10 this morning. 855-616-1620. Caller number 10 to the WTMJ Talk and Text line gets a pair of tickets to Friday's show, Ancient Aliens Live at the Pabst Theater. Keep listening through the week for your chance to win once again here on Wisconsin's Morning News. Come on, Debbie, you believe.
I believe.
Right. How much do we all believe? Right.
The odds of us being the only ones.
Yes,
Seriously.
right?
Seriously?
Now, whether or not you move that to, aliens are flying around and living among us, that's a different leap.
Oh, it's totally MIB. You didn't think so? All right, we've got southbound 43 backing up from Hampton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive. It is going to be backed up on the northbound side, too, because we've got an accident at Locust. So just heads up with that. An accident on the off-ramp to 35th Street from 94 eastbound. And then we've also got the other one that is blocking the right lane, eastbound 94 at Mitchell Boulevard. Delays going back to almost 76th Street. So folks are kind of used to it now since it's been up there forever. Westbound 894 slow out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to Forest Home. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The biggest names in the basketball world.
Dame Dollar Lillard.
Having fun and honest conversations.
He puts it in the shoe, right? And sets the tone for brothers and sisters and family.
Every week, Thanasis Adetokounmpo sits down with special guests on Thanalysis Show. Presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
Fantastic.
Find Thanalysis Show on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. And on YouTube by searching Thanalysis Show.
Making your decision on what new car to get can be daunting. Picking the dealership to go to shouldn't be that hard. Hey, y'all, Debbie Lazaga here for Hall Mazda in Brookfield. And sure, there are tons of dealers out there, but picking the right one can make all the difference in the world. Trust is a big deal. My car is my connection to the rest of the world, and when I was looking to get a new one, I knew that I needed to find a partner in this endeavor that I could trust, and that's Hall Mazda. You see, not only do they have a wide selection of beautiful cars like the Mazda CX-30 and the plug-in hybrid CX-90, but the way they sell it to you makes a huge difference. They have this family feel and personal attention to you that makes you feel just more comfortable about the investment, the big investment that you are about to make. They have exceptional service before, during, and after the sale, too. I'm telling you, if you are looking for a new set of wheels, seriously, check out Hall Mazda in Brookfield. They're all good.
Who's faster, the Easter Bunny or O&H Danish Bakery? Ah, Kringle. Send that famous Kringle to any doorstep in just 2 business days. Serving Kringle will be the perfect Easter tradition. Pair that with their colorful and tasty Easter braided colored bread. Order your Easter treats online today. ohdanishbakery.com. Try all their delicious bakery made from scratch and hop into O&H Danish Bakery in Racine, Oak Creek, or Sturtevant this Easter season.
Meet Alan, who was diagnosed with sleep apnea.
I was what they call a mouth breather, and I would breathe at night with my mouth open.
And for about 8 years, Alan struggled with a CPAP machine. And then
I saw the Advent commercial, and I thought, well, what do you got to lose? This machine is miserable.
For most people, CPAP machines are miserable, but a simple breathing triangle solution from Advent can be life-changing.
And it really was, to me, it was amazing because I don't think I ever breathed that clear.
This is Dr. Madan Kandula. After having one of Advent's simple breathing triangle procedures, people are amazed at how freely and clearly they can breathe.
I'm happy with the procedure. I'm very glad I did it. I wish I would have done it 20 years ago. I could have avoided that machine I had to have laying next to the bed with the hose wrapped around my head.
Schedule your appointment at adventknows.com because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Just about 8:53 on Wisconsin's Morning News, taking you up to the Political Power Hour. WTMJ's Steve Scafidi takes over at 9 o'clock right after the top of the hour news. Spent a few moments with Giannis Antetokounmpo the other night, and I should not be allowed to meet people.
I'm the guy who talked about the corn dogs in your film. We were in a movie together.
So,
and also nice to meet you.
Right. So that is me reminding the global superstar who is Giannis Antetokounmpo that indeed I did have a several seconds long cameo in the recently released documentary on him. He would know, like he's probably seen it a million times.
Oh,
so
of course.
want to put a face to the name.
Yeah.
For Giannis. We were talking because we were all here at Good Karma Brand, so very proud to put on this live event at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. It was the recording of Giannis' older brother, Thanasis. He has a podcast called Thanalysis, and we invited people to buy tickets to this huge ballroom there at the casino, and Giannis recorded an episode with his older brother, and so there was a back and forth with them and a really special night. That recording, that next episode of Thanalysis is going to drop soon. When it does, I will let you know how to get it and play some highlights from that. But around that, there were all of these stories at the event. So I was in line with folks who, there was a line that reached almost out the door of the casino.
It was a long line. I saw the video that you have on our Instagram feed. It extended.
Everybody excited to be there, but I picked out one young lady really wanted to talk to me.
You've brought things that you hope we can get to Giannis and Thanasis for you tonight.
I made drawings of each of them, all handmade.
They're actually really good.
Thank you. The Bucks weren't always the best team, and I know that, but I still wanted to support them in any way.
So this is a young lady, her name is Abby, and she has drawn these pictures. She drew a picture of Giannis, of Thanasis, of their dog Mila. It even said on there, Mila. And then she had this little baggie full of trinkets like bracelets and other things that she had made that she wanted to get to Giannis' partner, Mariah, and to his mom, Mrs. Antetokounmpo. And she hands them to me and says, can you get this to Giannis?
That's a big ask, Vinny. That is a tall order. And, of course, you're a busy guy. There's a lot going on that night.
I just didn't know what kind of access I was going to have. I was backstage and around, but I had things to do. And also I didn't know if, was Giannis going to be receptive to that? I just didn't want to disappoint this young lady, Abby, and have that responsibility and be like, I didn't see him. But I tried super hard. And so after the show, kind of getting the vibe of how things were going, and Giannis is backstage. And so I approached him and spoke with him.
Thank you so much. What's your name?
My name's Vince. I'm with WTMJ.
Not your name, big girl.
Oh, her. Listen, I know you're glad to meet me. I'm the guy who talked about the corn dogs in your film. We were in a movie together. Her name is Abby.
Her name.
So anyway, what's your name? No, I'm Vince. No. What's her name? And so Giannis was looking through the pictures and took the little baggie of trinkets for Mariah and for his mom. And he was so humble. He was so focused on that moment, and he was grateful.
Abby, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm going to definitely deliver this safely to my mom and Mariah.
So the other thing I noticed being around Giannis is he was super deliberate. He was very focused. He was in the moment. When I handed him those things, there were a lot of people backstage, a number of his fellow players. Bobby Portis was there. Brooke Lopez, Marshawn Beauchamp was there. Other handlers, his rep from Nike was around, like all sorts of people. He didn't put the stuff down that I handed to him. He didn't hand it off to some other person, some handler. He held on to those things and I would believe fully that he did, in fact, take them home, give them to his mom, give them to Thanasis, and spread that out and really experience joy in the fact that this young person took that opportunity to present him with a gift.
That's a superstar who understands the assignment, if you will.
Yeah. Just a really cool opportunity, my corn dog bit notwithstanding. If you want to see it, text his name, Giannis. That's Giannis. So we made it kind of tough for you. Giannis, Giannis, to the WTMJ talk and text line, 855-616-1620. We will send you the link.
Hey, really quickly, Vinny, before we hit the top of the hour here, some breaking news happening right now. We are getting an update on that Baltimore bridge collapse from earlier this morning. Maryland Governor Wes Moore is speaking right now. Let's see if we can hear.
We come together in Baltimore. We come together in Maryland. First of all, our hearts go out to all those who are on the bridge and their loved ones. We pray for them. Our gratitude goes out to the first responders, who, as we speak, are out there continuing to conduct search and rescue operations. I want to thank the governor, the mayor, the county executive, all the people gathered.
So we'll have more on this, of course, at the top of the hour. Last check, still 7 people were missing from that bridge collapse, which, of course, happened around midnight our time, 1 a.m. Baltimore time, and we'll have plenty more here at the top of the hour on WTMJ.
WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Dracamp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Rain could be returning today with some thunder mixed in as well. High of 54 degrees, low down to 26 tonight. The Political Power Hour with WTMJ's Steve Scafidi is up next. We'll do the business headlines first with the Milwaukee Business Journal's Rich Kirchen.
One of Milwaukee's leading private city clubs, the University Club, closes in December but already has a buyer. Northwestern Mutual agrees to acquire the club near the Northwestern Mutual campus overlooking the lakefront. High-profile suitors emerge for Johnson Controls and its HVAC business. Reuters reports they include Bosch, Lennox, and Samsung. The company is not commenting. Bear Real Estate looks to develop 254 housing units in Caledonia while seeking over $29 million in village incentives. The site is in the area of Olympia Brown School and 5.5 Mile Road. I'm Rich Kirchen with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.